Hello, and welcome to Draining the Swamp, a Hunter the Reckoning 5th edition game by Renegade Games Studios. This takes place in Morgan City, Louisiana, but not the real Morgan City. This is a dark Morgan City, where humanity clings to the comfortable illusion that the world belongs to mankind. They lead lives of free-willed individuality, completely unaware that they occupy a world of grim mysteries inhabited by monsters. This is not the story of the people of Morgan City, or the monsters that hide in the world of darkness. This is the story of four hunters who know about these secrets and have set themselves to rid the world of the timeless blood drinkers, ravening shapeshifters, and relentless ghosts, and even more harrowing things in the night. In the process of confronting these things, there will be body horror, drug use, sexual references, blood, death, and possibly murder. Consider your surroundings when watching this video and listening to this podcast. And if these things don't intrude on your sensibilities or scare you too much, then come with us as we tell a hunter story.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I didn't give a countdown to my people, so surprise, everyone! We are now streaming
Oh my
live.
god.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our fourth episode of Draining the Swamp. This is our people. As you can see, there is one head missing. He's having some technical issues at home, and hopefully will be joining us a little bit later. But for now, you are going to be graced with Joseph, Ophelia, and Alex as they come up with crazy plans without the wise and reasonable decision-making of Dr. Dreyfus with them. So we'll see how this plays out for these three hunters. If you're joining us for the first time, this is Hunter the Reckoning 5th edition by Renegade Games Studios, and this is the fourth episode of our Hunter Cells activities in Morgan City, Louisiana, as was indicated by Everett earlier in the small video that you just watched. They have been looking into some strange occurrences in the swamp. There's been some murder that seems a bit weird, and the more they've looked into it, the weirder the whole investigation got, until in our last episode, they finally encountered something a little bit more supernatural than a theory or a "I think these are" kind of situation. They encountered some small child in a cemetery who seemed to know way more than a child should. Not just in general about life, but also about them personally. And then Joseph flying his drone through what is apparently probably no-fly zone / FCC regulated airspace, flying it through and getting it knocked out of the sky by a potentially tree of some sort. And so we join them here in Morgan City, on the edge with their danger at 2 now and their desperation at should be at 2. I don't know why it's at 1. It should be at 2 now, and I'll change that. But joined by another hunter who joined their cell a little bit later in the game, Ophelia. So welcome everyone. Now you're all caught up for the most part. There's a lot of little things that you don't know about, but interestingly, our players also forgot about, and so they'll have to look into those things today if they want to find out more. But
I have a list.
Let's get going. When we last left you 3/4, you had just come back, 2 of you, Ophelia and Alex, had just come back from doing something incredibly illegal to come rushing up to Joseph, running out of the garage, telling Alex to get the, was it Molotov cocktails or whatever? Get some flames. We got some stuff to take care of. We got a tree to kill. Something like that.
Yeah, okay. Jason's dad must have something high proof in there, right? Something old, something mostly alcohol.
Yeah. You want to burn stuff?
I found a bunch of milk in a fucked up tree.
Fucked up. Okay.
It's moving.
Let's
it's
grab
moving
the booze.
around,
Let's grab
and it
some
knocked
cloths.
my drone out of the sky.
It's. So you ran into a tree, is what you're saying?
No, listen. I could see its shadow in the moonlight, shifting and changing what I could see through the window. It swatted me out of the sky. I'm a good pilot. Okay.
Alex looks over to Ophelia like, "You're hearing this too, right?"
Look, no.
You know, I thought that what we went through was weird.
It was deeply weird.
Is this guy on drugs too? Like, just
I
checking.
actually don't think so. Okay.
Martin,
Okay.
was it Martin? You've been watching it, right?
Martin's taking a shower.
Oh no! Come back.
Okay, so a tree attacked your drone,
Mm-hmm.
and now you want to burn it.
Well, okay, I have a multifaceted plan.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. We'll grab the alcohol. First, though, I walk around to the back of the van and I open the doors. We should probably get this out.
Right.
Okay. You want to get that side?
Yeah.
What
I thought we took the casket.
The casket?
No, we took
the casket?
Okay. The body. All right.
What the fucking body? What are you talking about?
Okay, we've got it. There's like bungee cords wrapped around it, so you just grab a couple bungee cords.
Yeah.
Why?
You know what? No, I can
get
just
the feet?
deadlift. You know, I can just deadlift the body. It's
What
fine.
purpose does this serve?
Don't
Show
worry
off.
about
All
it.
right.
Shh, don't worry about it. I can just deadlift
Joseph.
the body.
We're doing a little science. We want to see if the milk will work on a corpse. So we got a corpse.
Don't ask how.
I mean,
That's about it. Yeah, don't ask how.
Does it smell like dead body in the van?
Muted. This body was relatively fresh, so it would smell like dirt more than it would smell like decay, because it would smell like dirt and formaldehyde probably.
I get my dust buster. I grab a dust buster and start getting all the dirt out of the back of the van.
Yes, there definitely would be some grave dirt all over the inside of the van now.
Did you fill it in?
Yeah.
Oh, the grave? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ghost was going to get mad if we didn't.
The ghost?
Yeah.
Not a
we
joke.
met a ghost.
What the fuck do you mean, the ghost?
I know I say that shit sometimes, but I'm actually not joking.
Yeah, no. We both saw this ghost.
Did you?
Child.
Did it hurt? Ghost truck? Did you fight the ghost?
No.
No. It sounds like your thing is way more fightable
than our thing.
Ours was conversational. Our well informed.
Yeah, our thing knew that like one of us was addicted to drugs or something. I don't know.
That's a lot. You've been talking, and you both saw this ghost.
Yes.
Conversed with. Traded barbs.
Did it tell you anything? I
mean, it said it died. Hang on. Let's get the body inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
Ophelia
probably
will
not
just-
smart to hang out in your driveway with a body in the back of your van.
Yeah. I call my walker drone to come and help drag it.
No, I got this. Ophelia's just gonna drag the body out and just lift it over her shoulder and just start walking into the garage.
Yeah, what is your strength
with-
again?
4.
Oh yeah, absolutely could carry a body. Yeah, no problem. I mean, 4, you probably work out, right? Like you're swole.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I lift.
Alex notices.
We stand.
Yeah, there's she looks normal most of the time, then she goes to lift the body and suddenly she becomes like She-Hulk, right? Just like
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Okay.
You seeing this, Alex?
Uh-huh. So, Joseph, the short version. Yes, we encountered a ghost. We played a little 20 questions with it. It seems more or less pro-humans.
Mm.
Like, apparently it's encountered hunter orgs before, and they, they tried to mess with it. They killed the wrong people. It knew we were hunters.
Mm.
And
But okay with us.
it's, currently it appears pretty neutral.
Is it
Like a little boy killed in the last big magic incident. Was it 7 years ago?
When you say orgs, do you mean like the orgs, or just other hunter cells?
I guess he didn't specify orgs, but the way he talked about it made me sound like
Sounds like them.
corpo douchebags messing with magic.
For sure. We might have to pay another visit to that gravesite. Maybe
Yeah,
not the
all
two
we have
of
to
you.
do to get his attention is dig up a body or something.
There's gotta be another way. Gotta be.
If you want to dig up a body, just know that we have some experience in that now.
Yeah,
I don't think you should revisit the scene of the crime
digging.
unless you're returning the body.
I don't think we're returning the body,
I feel like that's not going to happen.
but we are now pro body digging.
Yeah.
I guess, and even as exasperated as I am putting on latex gloves and grabbing the little milk sample we have.
So this whole conversation's going on, and you're slowly dressing up for like a thing. Yeah.
Someone has to do it. All right.
Putting on your
I'm
mask.
gonna
Like,
high-five
listen,
Ophelia
I
and
think it
say
was a really
Team
bad
Exhumers.
idea as you're putting on your medical mask.
Uh-huh. Is there an
Whoa,
apron?
whoa,
and I
whoa.
walk into the kitchen. I come back with a Kiss the Cook apron on because it's all I got.
No.
You can't
It's not mine.
have
Joseph.
some respect for this body. If you're gonna put milk in it, don't wear a Kiss the Cook apron. It's just
Also-
offensive.
Also, just in terms of getting the most out of the body that we have, I'm thinking about the bikers and their ability to smell an infected body.
Right. Not in here.
Or maybe, I'm assuming it's a smell. We should probably get an airtight thing to do this in. Because if they can track it by smell and they don't come for the body, we know that's how they track it. And then we get the research we want, we open it to the air, and it's bait. Or the milk
But-
does nothing and this was a waste of time. I'm just trying to get as much as we can out of this. Maximize your resources.
Could I build some kind of hermetically sealed container with the parts we have here at the house?
I mean, you have a workshop.
I have the frugal perk, if that.
You have a sterile room off from the kitchen already. I mean, it's going to be hard to build a hermetically sealed room without installing lining and stuff all over, the place.
Yeah.
But you can, I think you could probably pull it off with a couple of old fridges and stuff, right? You might be able to pull off some kind
we've
of...
established there's a chest freezer, right?
Yeah. But like you would, yeah. So the real question becomes like, could you pull it off to the point where you can like inject it and then drop it in the freezer, like close the freezer door? Like you wouldn't be able to like be in it and work on it, I don't think, without slowly suffocating or something. But you could
No.
probably
Yeah.
pull something off.
This
Right,
would
make
be
a thing to like we would apply the milk onto a body in the whatever room and then put it in our storage.
Yeah, like you could probably put it in the freezer if you wanted to like empty the freezer kind of deal.
yeah, empty
Put
empty
it
the
in
freezer,
there, do
unplug
whatever
it.
you're gonna do real fast, and like slam it closed, and hopefully
Mhm.
not release enough. Yeah, you could probably make something like that work.
I mean, that's
All right.
just good corpse storage while we
Yeah.
Get prepared. Yeah,
burninate.
great point. Oh yeah, I guess that probably is version. I begin to take off my right. I guess there's rags here, right? Linens.
Yeah, sure. There's like towels and stuff.
hmm
Mm.
Was Jason's father or Jason a drinker?
Considering the way that we were sort of under the impression about old Papa, whatever the heck his last name was, yeah, I would say that he probably at least had some bottles of like scotch or whiskey or something around the place, right? Not like maybe not a hardcore beer bottles everywhere kind of drinker, but like probably had some wines and some scotches, as any
Awesome.
relatively well-to-do gentleman probably
Yeah.
has in their home.
Cool.
Okay, so here's the plan, right? 2 birds, a number of on fire stones. In this medical facility or warehouse, it's different than what we thought. I'll explain on the drive over. There is a warehouse full of milk on trucks ready to go that's just sitting there.
Shit.
It's got an air gap between the hospital, between the other buildings. One of us is bait, gets the tree monster to chase us. We get them by that building, we torch both, we leave.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's going to walk into fire, and I don't want to start a forest fire.
Okay. So just to be clear, there's a mobile, hostile tree
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of milk.
And the tree is either slow or mimicking a tree. I don't know which one is the truth yet.
Okay. Well,
And
I
a
hit
bunch
my-
of milk. Sorry.
No, cool. Good. Good. Well, I'm a little amped. I took my serum earlier when we met the
Mhm.
Yes,
host.
you did, yeah.
So I'm feeling like I could take a punch or move faster.
So you're the bait?
I think I'm the bait. Yeah.
Plus,
And
you
then-
can be stealthy when you want to be, right? So,
Relatively. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have AirPods, Alex?
I have nice headphones.
That'll do.
I listen to good music in good quality, so I have nice headphones. AirPods can suck it.
Well, because you want one ear in, one ear out, so you can hear your surroundings. That's all.
Oh, for like communicating.
Yeah. We're gonna be on the phone together because we're gonna be a little split up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have AirPods, Ophelia?
Don't insult me like that.
Oh, great! I'm the only one with AirPods. Awesome.
Got it.
It's okay, man. We see what you drive.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I saw your van. I know.
It's the little. It's you get what you can get. Fine.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. And this is the place. This is like the production place.
It's a lot of things. I tell them what I learned last week about how this is not actually like Basilisk. It goes all the way up to being. Oh God, I was just looking at my notes to remember the name. I got it. It's in there somewhere. I don't know. L and H. I can't seem to recall the last name.
It was Berens and Lancaster.
Berens and Lancaster. Yeah.
Industries was the name of the company.
Yeah.
Yeah, B&L.
Berens and Lancaster Industries. B&L. This is way bigger than we thought.
Yeah.
This is mega bullshit.
The compound itself is actually Berens Pharmaceutical company, right? And so it's both their sort of office. It's like a couple of things. It's their office and their manufacturing and their greenhouse growth facility, essentially, all in one sort of place. And obviously because it's their manufacturing, also like a small storage before shipping, right?
Yeah.
But they use Basilisk as like a holding facility but it doesn't look like they're actually holding anything there. It looks like it's more just like a mail delivery location for Shell Corporation kind of stuff, right? Where they have an address on file, but there's no one actually there, and there's no work being done there at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before we burn too, it might be a good chance for us to look around, or even maybe after the burn started and shit's going down and no one's gonna pay attention to us. Before we bust out of there, we can look. The greenhouse is. Oh, you go. Sorry.
Never assume that people aren't going to be paying attention to us.
That's a good point. Once the fire alarm goes, there might be some unlocked doors we can slip into, grab some key cards, download some files.
I also think if I'm gonna get in, draw the tree into our, what do they call it in the army? The death zone, the battle, the war zone. You go there to die.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So I draw the creature into that, or I slip inside, get to their computers. Problem is, I can't do much with that.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sneaky.
Yeah?
I can't pick locks, but I can hide a little bit.
Okay.
Don't worry, depending on the lock, I can pick it.
Fair enough. I mean, we can break it down, right?
That's it.
If we're lighting the place on fire, I don't think we're going for subtlety.
Sometimes you just got to do a manual override on a door.
Yeah.
Did you turn it off and turn it back on again?
Yeah. Well, that's just turning the knob, surely.
Okay. What are we taking weapon-wise? Do you want time to put stuff together? I mean, yeah. I feel like incendiary or herbicide rounds.
I can make those happen.
What can you do? And I point to the dinky 22 on my drone. What can you do about him?
Give me an hour.
You got
I'll
it.
see what I can do.
Cool.
She cracks her knuckles and looks around to see if there's any parts that she can work with, and if not, she's got stuff in her personal car, in her Subaru Outback.
Hell yeah!
Very on brand.
Yeah.
I'm. Yeah. While you're doing that, Alex is gonna go, probably to Joseph. This is the thing I talked to the doc about, but I'm mulling another idea. We know the bikers aren't fans of milk.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to jump in with us on a raid, but we are destroying the thing that they keep killing people for using.
It's a good idea. Did you get that guy's number?
No. I mean, I could call the bar. That's probably not hard.
Do I still have dude's phone that I got in session 1?
You do still have dude's phone that you got in session 1.
Are there any other numbers or contacts in there that weren't his buddy?
So there were a few numbers that had called him from the description I gave last time. And there was also some data you extracted from it about locations that the phone had been.
Yeah. I get this might be a bit of a sort of a shotgun strategy. I want to start calling those other numbers and see if I get any interesting results. maybe drive a mile up the street before I start.
So you want to drive a mile up the street and then start calling people?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
While we're getting our other work, while Alex makes Molotovs and Ophelia does weapons gun stuff.
Sure.
I can't actually make Molotovs mechanically.
Oh,
speaking.
you know what? Yeah, that probably should be me. Hey, Alex, call these people and see if you get anyone related to this stuff.
Cool. I'm also a great liar, so.
Yeah, and in case anyone's looking for location data, do it a bit away.
Cool. Yeah, I'll probably take a walk because none of these vehicles are officially mine. I won't go far, but
Sure. Just walk a ways down the road till you feel like you're securely away from the house.
mm-hmm.
Turn the phone on, see if you can make phone calls on it.
Yeah.
As I described, it is a burner phone. It's a prepaid phone, so yeah, you'll be able to make phone calls on it because until it runs out of minutes or whatever, it will continue to work.
Awesome.
So Joseph is going to be doing some like crafty stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess would be intelligence plus
Craft?
Yeah, that would make sense. To make some Molotov cocktails. Let's have
Awesome.
you do that real fast. See how well you make these Molotov. You're going to make them either way. I just want to see what quality of Molotov cocktails
Come
these
on,
are.
come on. Is this entrepreneurial?
This is entrepreneurial because you are crafting something while on the
So
hunt.
I get 7 dice. It's not a drone, so I don't get my specialty. Wait, number like 7. There we go. And we're at desperation 2, so I
We
get to
are.
add 2 dice.
Yes.
It's a 9 dice pool. For 7 successes.
Yeah, okay, so you make some quality Molotov cocktails.
Very hot.
Yeah.
Somehow spread
some
out
rubbing
the
alcohol.
the burnable liquid, the flammable liquid into like a couple, so you make more than you should have been
Yeah.
able to.
I find
Somehow?
some like mason jars with lids. I cut holes in, fill them with rubbing alcohol from the medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you're able to make a number of Molotov cocktails that are
Awesome.
quality, like some of the best Molotov cocktails, like the use of like corks and rubber bands in ways that people are like, oh shit, I never thought to use corks and rubber bands like this.
For only the most refined guerrilla war fighters.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're like this way, there's gonna be a
Awesome.
prolonged burn, right? Like you won't accidentally spill it on yourself. Also, good things. So yeah, that worked out for you.
Awesome.
And then over here, Ophelia's just prepping, and then
Yep.
Alex is gonna make some phone calls.
Right.
The first number you call just kind of rings and rings and rings and rings, and then it gets a voicemail sort of thing where it's not really a voicemail, so it's like you have reached, etc., etc. Please leave
Okay.
a message after the tone.
Okay. Probably dead.
Yep, probably one of the
Nice.
dead guys or something, right? And then the second number that you call, a lady's voice answers, and she says,
Oh no.
"Hello, is this Latrina? Is this you?"
No, ma'am. I found this phone. I'm trying to return it to its proper owner. To whom am I speaking?
That's a question that I should have been prepared for and didn't have.
I really
open.
hope this isn't like his mom. That's gonna be so bad.
This is Leanne.
Leanne.
Yes.
Okay.
So you said you found this phone?
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody left it in my hotel room.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's fine, I guess. We're all kind of open that way. That's fine. You are another girl, I guess?
I'm sorry.
He-
I'm just here.
he was
for
in your
the
hotel
shrimp
room?
festival. No. I think the person who was in my hotel room before me left their phone.
Oh. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay, well, that's awkward. Sorry about that. Yeah, yeah, okay, so, yes, I do know the owner of the phone, and, yeah, I can, I was hoping maybe you would know where he is. I haven't seen him in a few days.
Yeah, no. Don't even know. Now I know it's a man's phone.
Yeah, it is a friend of mine, and he, obviously left his phone in his hotel room, which is not cool because I'm trying to get a hold of him for a while now.
Okay. Yeah. Can I mean, it's a little late now, but can I meet up with you somewhere tomorrow?
Yes, that would be fine. I guess that's fine.
Okay. Either at the festival or I've got to stop by the college here in town.
Yeah, I mean if you're in his hotel room, then the college is very close to you, right? It's just down the road. So yeah, we can meet there at like, I don't know, the college coffee shop or bookstore or something.
Cool.
Whatever is easiest to find. I guess the bookstore is probably easiest to find, but the coffee shop is probably a little bit easier to see someone coming in, right? Like,
and I'm a
bookstores
fan
are
of
big,
coffee, and I do like coffee, so
yeah. Okay,
let's do that.
All right, then I can meet you tomorrow. What time would you like to meet up for that?
Yeah, say 3 in the afternoon.
Okay. 3. Actually, 3 is not good for me. That's when the kids get out of school. Can you meet you at noon?
Oh no.
Sure.
Okay. Then I'll meet you at noon at the college tomorrow.
All right. I'm sorry again. What was your name?
Leanne.
Leanne. All right, Leanne. See you then.
Okay.
Click. Okay. Well, maybe they weren't his kids, you know? Maybe he's you know, dating a single mother. It's totally fine.
That's rough.
It's fine.
Yikes.
Cool. Who's next?
Yeah.
Most of the other numbers, same thing as the first one, where you get nothing. It just like rings and rings and rings, and then stops. A couple of them start to, like, they don't even ring. It just tells you that the number is not in service.
Mm.
And that's basically it. There was only a few numbers in there. There was only like 4 or 5 numbers in the phone. So.
Okay.
And none of them had any like names to them. There were just like 4 or 5
Just
numbers that had calls back and forth. Yeah.
Do I want to make a move that might be a bad move? Yeah, you know what? I'm feeling adventurous. Do I think that the gallows bar, they probably can't receive a text, right? They'd have like a phone on the wall.
Supposing they had a phone at all, right? We're in the year 2022. Everyone has their own cell phones, so lots of places like that don't even have their own phones anymore.
Okay. Well, that's a shame. Yeah, no, I'll leave it for now. Once we've finished the burninating, I'll probably take a picture and text Bubs that picture from this phone. Because Bubs is going to show it to his boss and he'll be able to figure it out.
Right.
Oh, you did get his number.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
A certain
Yeah.
bouncer was slightly interested, it appeared.
Weak
What are you
men
thinking?
are useful.
because the other thing to consider is that Alex is also, despite, crusty in one description, also pretty good looking. So yeah.
Mechanically, I have beautiful at level 2.
Yeah.
Rustic charm.
So there's some
Artisan beauty.
it's like one of those, like, the grungier she gets, like the more actual, like, attractive she becomes, kind of feel.
Yeah,
Like-
inversely attractive with how long ago you've taken a shower, or how recently.
Right, yeah. Like if you were to clean her up and put her in her dress, she would probably still be okay, but not nearly as well as she does with her hair all mangy and
Have you guys seen Orange is the New Black?
The first season and a half, yeah.
Okay. Well, the model Ruby Rose is in that, and that's kind of who I think of for Alex as being beautiful in a weird alt way.
Sure, yeah.
I think
for
she's
sure.
Anyway,
Welcome to our Ruby Rose podcast. Okay, Alex, look what I've got. It's just like a beautiful rainbow array of arson devices.
These are magnificent.
Yeah.
Is that like the lid screwed on? So the worst
Yeah.
thing that happens with a Molotov cocktail is when you pull it back and you go to throw it, the lid comes off and it spills gas on your arm.
Yeah. Can't have that happening.
These are amazing.
Mhm.
This is
Thank you.
brilliant.
My best work.
Cool.
You ready, Ophelia?
Yeah, weren't you making guns?
I'm making guns. I can make exotic weapons too, which is nice. So I
Like a Molotov slingshot?
like half a.
You said exotic, so I was
You
like,
gotta.
what?
It's
What?
been put out there.
Actually,
We have
just
to
a
bring it
grenade
into
launcher.
existence.
So gonna die.
An MT rotary Molotov grenade launcher.
Got it.
Right.
So, go to my lovely non-conspicuous car, and I'm gonna lift up where the trunk pops up, and then I'm gonna lift up some secret storage right underneath that, and inside are just like gun parts, like little like different components I can go into making like certain things happen with them. I'm gonna take out like a box of them, throw them into the garage, and I'm gonna get to work. I want to make a couple of different like rifles that can carry with dragon's breath rounds.
Ooh. Okay. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
I accept.
Yep, and they are untraceable as well.
Untraceable dragon's breath rifles.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Okay.
I just want to say that this podcast has gone from 0 to 100 really fast.
Yeah. It was like going along, and now it's like, and now we're making untraceable, like, explosive vampire killing weaponry.
Hello and
town.
welcome to our deeply illegal podcast. We're gonna give you exact steps on how to get arrested by the ATF.
We're fighting fire with fire as we drain this swamp.
I like cock the gun. Now that's what I call firearms. Yes.
My arsenal is intelligence and craft.
Okay. Please make a roll.
We're still a very smart party. We can't stop making intelligent people.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call myself intelligent, but you know.
Damn.
I have a specialty in gunsmithing. Out of curiosity, would I be able to add my desperation to this?
Technically, the answer would be no, because you would get them later when you try to kill a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what you do. If it was Joseph doing it, then the answer would be yes, because that's what Joseph does.
Mm-hmm.
So, in technical terms, the answer would be no, you wouldn't get desperation dice here.
Okay.
But this is sort of your edge, your endowment, as it were. Or I guess it's an edge, right? This would be your edge. And all of your perks, and you want them to go pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't we meet halfway here, and I'll give you one extra die,
I'll take it.
so we can show off you being cool and doing stuff.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, while she's working, I'll load the rest of our probable cause in the van.
I'm gonna willpower that.
Ooh,
That's only
that's so sad.
just a
Yeah.
one success. So, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
4. One of those is a 10.
It's actually
No,
only
you
3
need 2
still
turns.
because you
Sorry.
need 2 of them to turn it into something else. So it's really only 3. So even after taking some superficial willpower damage, you still barely slide under. So you are able to make some like standard stuff and have some guns ready, but as far as the dragon breath rounds, for whatever reason, you can't quite seem to pull it off.
Damn.
It's okay. I know a guy who might be able to help us with this.
Plus, like, you know, they're really good against vampires, but not necessarily good against much of anything else because it fires sort of magnesium shells, right? Like
Yeah.
magnesium pellets and stuff.
Not impacting,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I've got a guy who might be able to help us anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, you could try to work it out through the black market, also part of the same perk, or at
Yeah.
the same edge, rather.
I have also got a contact.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You also got a contact. So you know, you put in the word saying you're looking for some dragon breath rounds, and like your guy's gonna be like, you need dragon breath rounds, and then like, you know, he shows up later with like a screaming beetle in a box, and you know, some dragon breath rounds, and like holy water, right? Like that's how your
Nice.
contact works. Yeah.
Yeah, my guy's a man of many
Yeah, you've seen
maybe
Constantine,
not
right?
the most legal things.
If you look close enough, he does have a priest collar on. Under
Yeah.
his...
Exactly.
It's actually just Abe Lincoln vampire hunter.
7 feet tall and soft spoken.
Yes. Now here are all of these different guns that can shoot fire.
Right. You said you wanted things that shot fire but aren't flamethrowers. Well, here's what I got for you.
Amen, Father.
Don't call him father.
No, not gonna say that.
Yeah. All right. So you've got some weaponry together though. You do have some regular guns and stuff, right? So you're fine. As far as
Molotov
that
should do
goes,
the trick.
and you have Molotov cocktails, but you didn't make a Molotov slingshot / grenade launcher, nor did you have dragon breath rounds. That did not pan out. You tried,
Okay.
but it just wasn't coming together.
Well, if we want to get this drone before like daytime guards show up, we should
Yeah.
probably
Let's head out.
It is a little bit past midnight-ish at this point in time, after, you know, making your phone calls and trying to craft some things and whatever. So, probably closer to like 1-ish, a little bit after 1-ish a.m.
I have one more call I'd like to make.
Oh, okay.
Driving over. Mark, again.
Okay. Just trying to remember Mark. Okay, go.
Hello.
Hey, Alex?
Yeah,
Good. Oh, God, I hate this. I really hate this.
yeah. We're rolling. We're in motion.
What are you rolling on?
Loaded,
Give me
as
some
it were.
details.
Looks like some kind of tree monster and a creation, like a production facility for this fungus drug.
Well, hold on. A tree monster?
That's what the footage shows.
Hold on a sec. And you hear the sounds of like the wheels, right? As he's trying to quickly wheel over to something. You hear like a bang against something. He's like, fuck, god damn it. And you hear like some stuff get knocked over, right? And then some more wheeling.
Mm-hmm.
And then a book, like page flipping. And then finally he's like, a tree monster?
Apparently, looks normal, moves pretty fast. Yeah.
You dealing with some kind of like Harry Potter whomping willow? Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, I was thinking an Ent from Lord of the Rings, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Aside to the others, I only saw the movies.
And you hear like the book like slap close. It's like, look, unfortunately, everything I know about is mostly related to like vampires, werewolves,
Yeah, Morgantown is proving to be unconventional.
stuff. I guess, yeah. It sounds like it. Fungal drugs was already a stretch, and now you're telling me there's moving trees. That's not good.
We might be looking at like a poison ivy situation.
Like from DC Comics? Poison Ivy?
Is that the one with Batman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we think that there's someone behind this sort of moving the tree. If that's the case, if that's what you think, if that's what it is, then you're going to have to look for the mage that's controlling the tree.
That's a legit possibility. We're definitely going to burn the milk because anything that makes, fungus grow in your guts, you get super emaciated. Guts are where your shit is.
Guts are where your shit is.
Mushrooms grow off poop. God, we're stupid.
That still doesn't explain how it gets there, except for the worst possible possibility. Mark, this is a stupid question. Fire works on mages, right? Yeah, this is Joseph.
Yes, with one sort of caveat. Just like fire would work on werewolves and vampires and humans, a mage is just a human that is different. So a mage is like a human that has somehow stretched their mind past the limits of reality and can warp it in strange ways. And of course, their twisted mind comes up with weird, twisted crap. Like it's whatever shit they can come up with is just becomes reality. So you can burn a mage, but it depends on how well they can control their mind. Green Lantern, Joseph?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like what you can imagine becomes like reality. That's sort of the way that it is for mages. So if they have a good enough imagination, the mage might be able to imagine the fire away or heal the damage the fire has done to them if their imagination is good enough. But not all of them have like a good enough
wizards.
What's that?
We could have been goddamned wizards.
Hold on. I was told that the freaky people from Harry Potter don't exist.
Mark, the next time I call you, I'm gonna not put you on speakerphone.
The freaky people from Harry Potter don't exist, but like imagine that if every Harry Potter character was Voldemort, then you're on the right track. But like,
I feel bad for the way that they.
But like, here's the thing: like, way more terrifying than Voldemort. Like, way more terrifying. Like, imagine that a Voldemort could look at you and you become, for lack of a better term, you become a newt, and you don't get better.
Let's hope it's just a tree.
Yeah, it's probably safer for you if it's just a tree. So let's hope for that. Okay. But if it's not, look for the mage controlling it. Because the one thing I know is that if there's a mage behind it and the mage is moving it with their weird mind powers, they're going to be nearby. They have to see it. They can't do it without seeing it. You can't, from all that I understand, mages can't do things like distance-wise, right? Like they can't be looking at you through a camera and bend your mind, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know how this shit works, but I think that they have to look at it to move it, right? So if they're not, so maybe they can with a camera. So that's the thing. Maybe they can with a camera or a drone or something. So look for that too. Look to see if there's any cameras or drones, and that would probably lead you back to the mage if they can do that. I don't know if they can, but I think they have to look at it. I think they have to be physically looking at it for it to work.
Worth checking out. Okay. Yeah. We've got. Mark, I don't want you to worry. I've got a professional soldier with like a big ass rifle and some of the finest Molotov cocktails I've ever seen.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I'm juiced. I even upgraded the juice to like strengthen impact resistance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am happy to hear that you've been improving your skills while you're in the field. That's good. I still don't like that you experiment on yourself. I really wish you would have done some animal testing or something first. But
she is in the best hands. Don't worry.
good. And just so any of you know, if something happens to her, wheelchair or no, I'm coming for all of you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thanks, babe.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. I'll call you when it's done, so you know I'm safe.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Speaking
Now-
of, we're gonna need to
now
get
quick,
gas on the
let's-
way back.
Quick, let's do some cocaine.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm driving.
I am a great driver when I'm high on drugs.
You
Don't
are not
worry.
driving on coke.
Why not? I do it all the time.
Look, if you're gonna drive on coke, wait till we get to the facility and find out we need to drive through the gates. Then you can drive on coke.
Fine.
Oh, that was
But
the
for
other thing
now,
I
I'm
was gonna.
staying here.
I guess I'll do that later.
Oh.
Remind me, I was gonna ask Ophelia to make me a dart gun, because the effects of heroin or morphine are like a -2 to everything.
I'm just shooting people with opiates.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You want to kill me?
Clack,
No,
clack.
chill.
The chill gun.
Here it
It's
is.
like a Nerf
The
gun,
drug gun.
full of. Awesome. This is that shit they killed Harambe with.
I call this the icer.
No, the icer
time
is
to
it's
show.
a meth gun you shoot all your allies with from afar to hype them up.
That's what I'm gonna do to you guys
It's
later.
rapidly turning into Team Fortress,
Good thing we have a mature warning on this episode.
Yeah,
right?
it's the Breaking Bad special.
All right, things went from like interesting to weird to like 11 to drugs. Yeah.
Gotta bring it back.
You get it. You get it all here in draining the swamp.
Mhm. As we get closer, can we get a description of the neighborhood?
Sure.
Like if we stop a couple blocks away, what are we looking at?
So when you stop a couple blocks away, you find yourself it's in the industrial district. So you ended up crossing the bridge again from Berwick into Morgan City, which puts you right past the red triangle lighthouse thing that's on the bank of Berwick. That's like our haha Morgan City. We have this and you don't.
Mm-hmm. Cursed.
Yeah. In a town that has not much of anything else, right? So that's the thing. But it's an old rebuilt lighthouse that's like the old lighthouse used to be out by the ocean a little bit more. But you cross the bridge and you end up in downtown Morgan City. You see the festival is still going but almost over. Like it's reaching its peak time was obviously the weekend and it's starting to die off, but there's still all the lights and things that you'd expect. But it is actually, like I said, it's 1 a.m, so most of like the rides have been shut down, so there's not the colorful neon lights that you have on like the Ferris wheel and stuff like that. But the lights around the park are still on. The lights around the waterfront are still on. For those stragglers and also to any ne'er-do-wells that might be trying to wander through to graffiti all of like the little kiosks and stands and stuff. Right, there's a bunch of lights on them, so they're like random police/security guards, whomever is like sort of keeping an eye on it. And we know it's not going to be the sheriff's department. There's not enough of those guys to pay attention. So whatever random security company, and there is one because they rolled by and didn't do jack when you guys were in the cemetery. So whatever random security can not have the excuse of, well, I didn't see that guy, right? Because there's a bunch of bright lights. But you drive past that, you get into that industrial district that is over there on that same sort of side along the Bayou Schaefer. On the southeast end of town. Yeah, that's where it's at. And what it is it's mostly, factories. And actually, I think that I placed this one a little bit more north. So it's still on the river. It's actually on the Ophelia River, and it's actually north of town. So it's northwest of town, right on the edge of that. Right outside of the suburbs, if you remember the map of Morgan City. So it's on the river away from that. So it's not actually near like the cemetery or the university, which are in that industrial area. It's kind of on the other side of the bridge. So when you got off the bridge, you made a left instead of a right. which is not normal. You drove through houses in what like some remnants of the downtown. Drove past the Purity Meadows apartment building that is like the largest structure in town, as it were. It's both in its width and its height.
Oh yeah,
right.
Also on my shit list.
Yeah. Very clearly some sort of capitalist development project in the middle of a small one-horse town. But you pass that. You do head right near the Spirit of Morgan City, and this time you get a good look at it, the boat in the middle of the road with the Our Lady of the Sea statue in the center, like right in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just what appears to be some kind of angelic lady statue, fairly tall, life-sized, staring down at whomever would be standing underneath it. Right in front of the boat. But you turn there, that's where you head in, and you just sort of get through the city blocks, which are homes, mostly. Older homes, like I said, because this is the old part of what used to be the downtown Morgan City. But still homes nonetheless. They are, the ones that are the oldest appear to be the worst condition, mostly, not because they're old, but because of the hurricane, but because of the destruction that was had on them. So they've been rebuilt haphazardly. But a lot of them are clearly renovated or rebuilt homes in a spot that used to be an older, like land. Like the land itself looks fairly decrepit, but the house is like, this was built in the last 7 years, right?
Gotcha.
Sort of stuff like that. So this weird mix of like older buildings and newer buildings and older ground and well-kept lawns, stuff like that. And then you have basically just the factory, which is the road sort of leads up to it. And then all of the roads right there just kind of go into it, right? They all join the one road that's like would have been a dead end, but they built this factory here.
Gotcha.
Yep. So then you have this compound, which has got like the large fence around all of it. It's several acres. And then these several buildings inside with the 3 what look to be greenhouse kind of buildings. The sort of office building and clinic that's kind of attached but detached from it, and then what appears to be the manufacturing with the stacks and stuff, and also where the warehouse is, because that's where the loading dock and the trucks are inside the compound. You can see all that because it's not really a wall, it's just a chain link fence that surrounds this entire compound.
Okay.
Chain link fence probably because of the water and flooding and stuff that the river would do, so it doesn't like hold water in such a way that they have to deal with it.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're looking at several acres.
Yeah.
Any kind of cover?
There's trees.
Good.
All over the place.
Excellent.
Great.
Yeah. Aside from the buildings and the trees, there's no like strange structures or water towers or anything like that. Everything seems to be contained. There's a big open parking lot which has lights in it. That doesn't help you at all. There are a few cars. I did say that there were a few cars, right? Because there's some lights on in the clinic, even though it's supposed to be after hours. Clearly, there's some patients or something, and probably some doctors there. I did mention like a couple of nurses or whatever that like have to badge in. So Joseph noticed like they have to roll up, and as you roll up, you do see like this like a control box like on a post. There's a guard shack behind the gate. Where obviously the guards would probably be hanging out, but there's no one there from the distance you can see. There's no one in there now. At least the lights are off. Doesn't seem to be any movement. But right outside the gate, which is closed, which is actually a reinforced sort of heavier gate, there's a box on a post that has just like a plastic thing with a light, really a red light that obviously you'd wave an access badge in front of and it would click and open the gate.
Alex, any chance you can get into that guard room?
It's a little well lit, but if I approach it from the
That's a
shadows
good
and
point.
move fast,
I could also try getting into the card box and just messing around with it. I don't know which seems safer.
I mean, I feel like the safest option is to avoid the parking lot, go in through the fence, hope all of those trees aren't alive,
Yeah.
get to the building, get inside.
And there's where my drone got taken down, had it like past fence, or is some of the forested area fenced in?
No, yeah. So inside the compound, there are a bunch of trees,
Mhm.
and you were flying. You left the warehouse, and you're flying like toward one of the greenhouses ish. There are 3 of them, right?
Got
The
it.
trees are in between them, and it's sort of like the garden-esque area.
Mhm.
You were flying inside the compound still when the drone suddenly
Gotcha.
got knocked out of the air.
Mhm.
Yeah. I guess let's park the van some ways in. Ooh, I'm betting my drone isn't very quiet.
The
So
The
battle
walker.
my
bot.
walker drone, yeah.
Okay. How fast is it?
I mean, I assume it can keep up with us, Scott.
Yeah, I mean it would be able to keep up with you.
Mhm.
The question is, can it run at a higher rate? Right, that's the real question.
Yeah.
If I slip in solo, can Ophelia and the drone come to my rescue in decent pace?
Well,
Assume-
I was gonna
Considering all I've done in the army is run and run and run.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Cool.
suggest,
Good.
Ophelia, you might be able to just pick him up and carry him around.
Sure.
So that he isn't tromping through the woods.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I'm no Swan Lake, but I think I'm a little bit quieter than a machine.
Yeah, and I can just have my tablet at the ready in the
Okay.
event it needs to go bang.
So we're all going in there, the 3 of us and the drone.
Yeah, because if we just like wait by the van while you're sneaking around and you run into it, there's not going to be backup. Ooh, but before we go, wait. And Joseph pulls out his AirPods, puts one in, starts a group call with the other 2.
All right.
Well, yeah.
It's a mixed thing, right? Because on the one hand, if we get in and there's computers, we're going to need you. On the other hand, if shit goes sideways and we need to run, no one can bring the van to us.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's why I kind of don't mind going through the parking lot. Catch
Mm.
me? Because then we can just, and if we need to smash through on the way out, we probably already got caught. I'm gonna try and mess with the box where people cart in
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can get it to open with my magical abilities.
With your
These-
intelligence,
Magical abilities.
Yeah,
with your intelligence plus technology.
yeah, that
I'd-
sounds exactly
I'd just like to
right.
assess camera coverage,
Sure,
Mhm.
Mhm.
just to like
that'd be like an
support
awareness
anyone
thing.
attempting to sneak around.
Yeah, do a wits plus awareness on that one.
Good idea. Would this
And-
perhaps count as augmenting on the hunt?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm also going to ask to use my bonus because assessing a security system seems like
A stealthy
of-
thing to do. Yeah.
sneaky business. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like sneaky business to me too.
And I will keep watch.
That sounds like a martial thing to do for sure.
Yeah. With my gun. I watch with my gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at things through the barrel of your gun. That's how you look
Yeah,
at things.
exactly.
Yeah.
Probably through the
Ooh,
scope of your
nice.
rifle, right? Like that's exactly. what it
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
We are
I-
looking at
Woo!
1 success, 3 critical successes, including 1 on the desperation dice.
Yeah, for 6.
Dang.
Yeah, and I got 5 successes, taking a point of superficial willpower damage to re-roll some dice.
All right. So 5 for you and 6 for Alex. Okay. Nice. All right. For those at home, that's some good dice rolling because the
6.
6 was on 6 dice, so it'd be like all of them being successes.
Mhm.
Very good. Very good. No re-rolling involved in that one.
Nope. Just taking it seriously.
Very good. All right, so let's talk to Alex first because that was probably the thing that was sort of the quickest to explain. Looking around the place, you do see some cameras. There are a number of them. They are in probably the most critical places for cameras to be. Looking out over the parking lot, aimed at the entrances of the doors, that sort of thing. But not as many as you'd expect. There's lots of blind places throughout the complex. Lots of stuff that clearly isn't covered, and there's no clear explanation for why those things aren't covered. Some of them you would think would be covered, like the loading dock, but it isn't. So there's some question as to why that might be. Now, your mind goes to a couple of places because you're a sneaky crawler, and I don't want to give too much away because you can come to whatever assessments you want to for your character. But you do recognize that there are some places that should be covered by cameras that are not. From a security standpoint, for a security guard, it's really weird to have blind spots in these particularly high important locations, but they're there. But then there's also cameras all over.
Recordings of what you're doing.
Correct, unless you don't want recordings of what you're doing. Exactly. That would be a thing that you would think, right?
Cool. I assume the whole forest is uncovered.
The whole forest is absolutely not covered by any cameras.
Yikes, that's bad.
Yeah.
But the parking lot is, right? The parking lot is covered.
We can just, I'll hop out back and I'll duct tape some paper over the license plate. What are we going to do? Get a traffic violation? We're burning a building down. That's fine.
Dude, you actually don't have a license plate right now. You still have one of those temporary license plates.
Yeah, still paper
you just bought this
they
car.
can't run our plates.
Yeah.
Power of a new van. Okay.
Got it right in time.
Yeah, I mean, you bought it. Have you even registered it yet? I don't know.
I mean, that's up to the car dealership to register.
Right, right. Like, wait, isn't that something you do?
I know in the state of Georgia, there's like a 30-day grace period.
Yeah.
So in Louisiana, who knows?
Who knows? I mean, we can look up the traffic laws, but then also, like, would you have followed them even if there was like a you have to register immediately upon buying
Right,
it?
we would just
I'm
lie
an
to the cops.
ex-cop who does drugs. Do I look like I
You're
follow
right.
the
Like
law?
there's two of you that are straight up like criminals going, why would we register this? That's just dumb.
Before I get out of the van, I look at the other two. We might be running. Should I do some coke?
You know, now that you mention it.
Under the lip for faster results, through the nose for extra fun.
You know what? Here, like very amateur, say, put it down on like the middle console.
Good thing that was one of the content warnings, that there might be drug use. In fact, I think this time we weren't even like might be. We were like straight up, there's going to be drug use.
Yeah.
Sure was.
Provides a bonus to, what did we say, strength and dex?
Yeah. But then a negative to which two? Or one? Or
no, the penalty for that, I'm pretty sure, is just jitteriness.
That sounds something.
So
Let's
no,
double
like,
check.
fine.
Let's go.
While you're checking,
Now,
we'll handle the box. Joseph goes up to the like security box and takes a tool out, kind of screws it a little bit. It's pretty obviously just a RFID chip reader, right? So you assume that the RFID chips would work. You kind of take out one of your fake RFID chip things. You do like a bunch of like weird programming buttons, and sure enough, you get the right facility code, which is actually the weakest part of these kinds of things. Now, your badge may or may not have access, but there's one thing that you know. Facility codes range in very short numbers. They're usually like 1, 0, 3, right? They're actually always going to be something, particularly in a very low digit number. And if they are a 3-digit number, then they're going to be something like 102, right? It's going to be something dumb. And so you're easily able to find the facility code. Now, this is actually my real world knowledge on how these things work. Once you have the facility code, which you figure out, all you need to do is temporarily shut off power, because usually when these things like lose their contact, well, not necessarily power, but like contact with its controlling computer, when they lose contact with their controlling computer, they usually go into a mode where they accept facility codes until the contact can be reestablished. And so your badge would fail unless you had the correct numbers. However, once it loses its contact with the system, which is easy enough to do, when you have your tools out, you can just disconnect the wire, and now it's functioning, but not properly, and so your badge will open the gate.
Nice.
So this means we can use a fake badge and your flip the wire technique to get in any door we need.
In theory, yeah. It will still take a minute for him to like, do the craftiness to it to get through them. But yes, you could get through doors in theory.
Cool. All right.
This is actually, unfortunately, the biggest flaw of these kinds of digital security things, unless the default mode for the reader is to shut off or lock. But a lot of the time for like doors like that, like gates to like parking garages, the default mode is not to lock, but to open or to open when a facility code is used, so that people don't get trapped in places where they shouldn't be trapped. Biggest flaw in insecurity, and I know because I have to deal with it all the time.
Cool.
I'm glad to bring your real world trauma
real world
DM
trauma
game.
into my game. Thanks. No, I had it when you guys said you were gonna do some stuff with this. I was like, well, I know some real world things that would be applicable in this particular situation. So yeah, you can easily do that, and then it literally you just have to unplug the contact wire.
Yeah, perfect.
And you're good to go. So it could still look like it's functioning fine, and for a while it probably functioned just fine until a security guy's like, why am I not getting any codes from these badges in my system? And then be like, what do you mean it's offline? What? Right?
Yeah.
And then it turns into a whole investigation.
Yeah.
This is where my trauma is.
I'm gonna
20 days to get a tag apparently in Louisiana. Thanks, chat, for letting us know. It takes 20. You have 20 days to get your car registered.
So we're in the clear. We're
You're
legal.
absolutely legal right now.
With any
We're
luck,
legal.
this hunt will be
Asterisk.
dead and gone.
For the next 20 days anyway, you're actually obeying the law.
Note
I mean,
to yourself,
obeying is a
registered-
strong term. Perhaps accidentally
We-
following the law.
Yeah, accidentally in line with the law.
Yeah.
Ophelia's
Okay.
to do if we survive this. Go to the DMV.
What's the desperate critical about?
I was like pre-rolling to sneak in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry for killing that tension.
It's cool. I'm gonna turn to you two. I'm like, okay. I don't like these trees. I don't like the fact that they might all jump up and try to kill me. But what I like even less is the idea of all of us being out there when that happens. So I'm gonna cut a hole in the fence. I'm gonna go to the building. If things start trying to kick my ass, shoot them from here. I'll run back. We leave.
Fair enough.
I'm pretty quick. I'm pretty durable at this point.
Does Alex have a bag or anything?
Like a backpack, yeah.
Yeah, here, take 2 of these. Enough for both hands. It's like a couple of Molotov.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
I am gonna do a reroll. This seems like a good time for willpower.
Yeah, but you can't re-roll that critical die.
Yeah, you'll have. Well, you can re-roll the 10, right? So you might get fewer successes. But
You can re-roll any of those failed ones, fine, but you still have
Right,
the
but
one
I still
on the
have that critical failure,
Yeah,
which means I'm either,
on the desperation die.
which means our danger goes up.
Yeah, either the danger goes up or you fail.
I mean, it makes sense this time.
I'm gonna make the danger go up,
Yeah, of course you are.
and
Back
I'm
to
gonna re-roll
3.
those failures for another one.
Another one. All
Six
right.
Another
successes.
All right, let me increase the danger back to 3.
I mean, that feels really appropriate.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
This isn't reading a book or looking at symbols. This is breaking into the enemy facility.
So you clip the fence, right, to give yourself access in. It's just chain link fence, so just, the smaller bolt cutters that you keep in your backpack all the time totally work here. Clipping open the fence, rolling it back a little bit so you can climb through. You just cut it just enough to be able to get through quickly, right? Because that's your caveat. You don't want to get stuck at the fence. So yeah, but not enough to be like super noticeable by anybody walking by. Like you didn't just cut like a whole section and roll it back. They're like, what the shit?
Yeah.
So you get in, and you're like crossing the grounds to get to the building.
Mm-hmm.
Parking lot, you're going through the forest.
I'm gonna go through the forest.
Yeah.
Because either it's safe and now we know, or it's not and now we know.
So you're crossing through the forest, running toward the building. You get the creep feels from the forest, but you can't tell if the creep feels that you're getting are because of something or because of the idea that there's something, right? Like the knowledge that there was a thing here, and that's creeping you out, or whether you're actually feeling something there. But you move stealthily through the trees. Make a wits plus awareness roll for me just to see something. Just to see. Let me see if you see something or hear something.
Am I getting my desperation, or am I getting my bonus?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Not sure I want it after that last one. But let's...
All right.
Okay.
Hey, 3 successes. 3. All right. So as you go through the trees, you're getting close to the building, and you hear the sound of like movement, like trees moving in the wind or something. And you stop and look around, but you just see like dark silhouettes of trees in the moonlight. You don't see anyone on any paths. You don't hear anyone. Just the trees moving gently in the wind. It's not really a breeze. It's a little breeze, a slight one. You know, the kind that you usually get off a river at night.
You guys are watching me through a scope or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If something comes up behind me, shoot it. And I keep moving.
Yeah. And you get to the building from the backside. You were coming at the warehouse / distribution, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You get to it, and you get to the first door. There's like there's like people doors, and then there's like truck trailer doors. And there's trucks.
People doors are watched by cameras, right?
There are not cameras watching these doors. This is one of those blind spots that you noticed.
Cool. Then, yeah, I'll attempt to enter.
Okay. As you go to the door, you find that it's not locked.
Okay. Do I think it would have some kind of alarm, some kind of entry detection?
Possibly, for sure. That's something you would think could be there.
Okay.
Based on a lot of the other things going on, sure, there's a lot of security here. You don't see a card reader, though, which would indicate that there's something tracking the opening and closing of the door. Another real-world piece of knowledge that I have. And you don't see any sensors on the door itself or anything. No, like, readers, like, to unlock when someone walks up or whatever. These are usually the ways that they track, like, an opening and closing door.
All right.
But then also there's no cameras here, so that also... Not sure, right? Would somebody be tracking this door, or would they not be tracking this door, or would they just assume the sensors were going to track the door if it opened, right? Couple of questions.
Cool. And this is the production building?
This is, yeah, the production and shipping building, it seems.
Okay. If there was like a security hub, that would be like an administrative building, right?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely be the administrative building.
And which building, how far am I from that?
That's the next building over. It's relatively close, but it's the thing that's air-gapped that Joseph confirmed is the next building over. It is also the same building where the clinic is, because the clinic appears to be like some kind of annex or wing of that building. As often you find with hospitals where there's like hospital and then like 4 stories of administrative on top of it.
Cool. Just realized we were about this whole thing the wrong way, but whatever. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna go check out this lab.
Cool. You open the door?
The fact that you asked me that makes me not want to. But yeah.
Okay, you open the door.
Can I...
Door's fine. It opens fine. You clearly have a regular, average, everyday, non-censored, non-alarmed, non-explodey door.
Cool.
Not booby-trapped in any way, shape, or form, as you can tell. Just opens up to what appears to be a warehouse and manufacturing facility. There's a lot of this particular section that you came in is where a lot of the pallets with sort of milk, packaged up, sort of wrapped up, are sitting there on like the sort of the open floor, and then you can see there's like a much of like clear plastic flaps that separate this section from where they actually do a lot of the work to like make it. And you can see like some conveyor belts and some machines on the other side of the flap.
Okay. Guys, I'm in. I see the milk.
Good.
I see. Looks like there's production over there. Are there any like computers set up here?
There's a couple of some really crap-looking computers, right? Some very
so this
basic.
isn't where they're doing R&D.
No, this would just be where the computers that you can see from where you're at would be like shipping computers, right? Things that probably just have like Excel sheets. Probably don't even run Windows. Probably run some sort of POS system or some kind of tracking system where it just goes scan bleep, yes, 10 units of blank, right? And then probably prints out one of those, like you hit print on the shipping thing and it doesn't print out like a sheet of paper with stuff on it. It prints out one of those like rolly prints where you have to tear the bits off the ends, right? Like old school style.
For sure.
Yeah.
Still, could be good to know where the stuff is going. If this is being spread across the area, I don't know. We could intercept it before more people get exposed. I also think hitting the admin building could be useful. I mean, the trees didn't jump me. Maybe it's because they were, napping, but...
If we come up behind you, can you just open the doors for us?
This door's not locked. No sign of an alarm. I'll chill for a couple minutes to see if anyone shows up to check it out, but I think we can get in this way.
Cool. I might be able to do something to the computers.
Okay. I'm going to start looking over their setup here from a chemist's eye.
Okay. So you're going to go into the manufacturing section and look at it? Or look at the... Okay.
Yeah.
And so, Joseph, what are you planning on doing?
Well, two things. Before we fully leave the van, because I believe me and Ophelia are still near there.
Yeah.
I'd like to siphon some gas out of the tank into a gas can or whatever, just to have some extra accelerant around.
Okay.
And then when we get in there, I want to see if I can, look through all of the logs of the computer, right, inbound, outbound, see if it's connected to a network that I could again look into more stuff with, maybe up into the admin computers, right, if we can access, that's once I'm in the room.
Sure. So you're going to get in to the facility, get to this place where Alex is, and do all of those things. How?
There is...
I want to, because we know Alex cut a hole in the fence, went through the woods, exited, came through the building. I want to, best I can, take the same route, enter the same way.
Okay, so you're abandoning your van outside of the facility, not in any conspicuous location where it's like, why is their van sitting here? And then, go through the hole in the fence through the forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did think of one other thing I should do for dramatic timing, probably as you guys are on your way up. There's windows here?
It's a warehouse, so kind of not. There's probably one or two, but not really.
I just want to try to get eyes on the crashed drone.
Yeah, no, there's no windows that help you out with that.
Okay.
Ophelia, I can get the gate arm open. Maybe you are waiting in the van in the parking lot where we don't have plates. We can just leave.
Or do you mean across the street?
Yeah. I guess
we can get into the parking lot now.
Yeah. So we have the van there. Why not?
True.
Tactical downside to having the van in the parking lot. If Ophelia pops open the back door and lets off with an assault rifle, that's on camera. Shooting through the forest may as well not have happened.
Well, we can just pop. I mean, they'll see that the van opens up. They won't. These aren't tracer rounds.
I stand by my conclusion.
I think it's worth, if we are doing a fighting retreat, it'll be worth it to retreat faster.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'll leave it to the military woman to decide which seems smart.
So, while I am down for that, plan where I can just shoot through the car, and if there are cameras around here, and this is a parking lot, and so there probably are cameras and there are probably security guards if they aren't being lazy bastards actually doing their jobs. They see our face. That's another arrest on our team.
Sure. Yeah. That
is the only downside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess as long as we feel we can book it back, maybe leave the keys in the ignition just for.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're gonna get the van stolen.
This car is pushed to start, as most vans are nowadays. So
fair.
You know, it's an easy just. But I'm a fast runner.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just did coke, so I'm good.
Yeah.
The moral of this story is cocaine is a great problem solver.
Do coke, children. No downsides. Easy.
Not a single one. Don't look at my addiction flaw.
Drugs are cool.
Drugs are rad. Look at me. I'm an ex-cop. I would know.
Are you guys coming?
Yeah. Sorry. We're having our own.
Sorry, 1 second.
Program. Okay,
we're good.
All right, we're good.
All coked up, you guys are racing through the forest.
Yep.
Yeah, you're both going, right? You're not leaving the van. You're leaving the van. That's what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave the van.
Okay. All right, so you're leaving the van, and you're gonna both come in. You're gonna crawl through the space that Alex made in the fence. You start to move through the forest. Both of you make a wits plus awareness roll for me.
You got it.
I hate to be the hey teacher homework, but do they need stealth tests too?
Yeah, but first I'm having to make a wits plus awareness roll.
Well, I'm good at the wits part.
Don't watch this.
Hey, could have been worse.
All right.
Could have been worse.
Not too bad.
Nice.
Not too bad. All right. So now you're going to make some stealth rolls. And then I'll tell you what you see in here, and then I'll figure out if what you see in here sees and hears you.
So I heard I get an extra die on dexterity or something?
It's actually strength and stamina.
Okay. I'm still decent at stealth, though.
Cool.
Wow. I think I'm going to willpower that. That seems like a good thing to willpower.
Yeah. Okay.
That's rough.
I'll willpower too.
So now we're looking at 3 for Joseph and...
Oh.
Gang, we are on the same level.
Maybe coke was bad. Kids, don't do cocaine. It's so bad for you. Oh, it's so bad. Don't do it.
You know, they say the dice tell a story. The fact that you guys are both unusually good at perception and also bad at sneaking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whew.
I love it.
Okay.
No.
Don't worry,
Here we go.
Don't worry, it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong, you know?
So for those at home who don't see what they are seeing, I rolled some number of dice for some reason that they are unaware right after I had them make the stealth roll. Both of them rolled 3, and I rolled 4. So whatever it is, it did better than they did. So
what could possibly go wrong?
All right. So
exactly the scenario I was trying to avoid.
What you see in here as you start to move through the trees is you start to hear the sound of the wind picking up in the trees. It sounds like the wind picking up, and then both of you hear a thud. Pretty heavy thud directly behind you.
Joseph.
I look.
As you turn and look, you both see a very large willow tree. Now, did you bring flashlights?
Fuck. That I was going to mention that earlier. We just got lost in conversation. At the very minimum, we have our phone flash. I mean, because I meant to ask on the drive if we all had headlamps.
I mean,
But-
that's a good question.
Minor gear.
I mean, Joseph does have a headlamp. He's mentioned it a few times.
Yeah, that's true.
So we do know that he has a headlamp.
Mm-hmm. I turn around and flick it on.
As you flick it on, you both find yourself looking at a sort of willow tree that's like slightly different than normal. It has like a main trunk that goes up a short ways, and then it branches into several sort of off branches, which is not common, and you realize immediately that this is not a willow tree. But the other thing that makes it not a willow tree is the fact that it has what appears to be several mouths on the bark, and they're moving and snapping.
I
And
think
you
you're
realize
lying
the
to us.
sound of the wind is not the sound of like just the moving of the tree, but also whatever sound is coming out of these mouths. We're gonna have you make a willpower roll against some Terrify here.
Oh, and I do not have a lot of dice for this. And that's
Oh,
all of our unmarked willpower boxes.
shit. Yes, it is.
Okay.
All of your unmarked willpower boxes.
That's rather a lot of successes, storyteller.
Yeah, unfortunately on my side, that's quite a bit.
That's straight up not possible. A number of successes for me, in fact.
That's
Ophelia, do better. No.
Nope.
All right, so both of
Okay.
you.
Shit.
this seems bad, but it's good. Running away is the right move.
Both of you immediately become terrified as this whatever the hell this thing is clearly notices you and clearly makes sounds and motions toward you. Let me read the actual definitions of these
Alex,
things.
I don't think you're the bait anymore.
Okay, I
You've got
gotta
a really
find
nice
out
setup in here.
Minespace.
Wait, what?
Too many mouths, too many mouths, too many mouths.
Too many mouths is correct.
That's bad.
So with Terrify, you are instilled with a primal fear. Composure plus Resolve, which is willpower. Oh, I should have had you make like actual willpower. So I would have been willpower. I'm sorry. It would have been Composure plus Resolve. You guys want to re-roll that? You still have to go up against 6 successes, so, good luck.
Because that's so much better. Oh, fuck off.
That's 5 successes. You just need to get
You know what? I'm just we're gonna spend it all. Wow, what a waste of a reroll.
That was a waste, yeah, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
Oh, about to risk it all.
I think it's still
Come
going
on,
to pan
Ophelia.
out the same way.
Come on, Ophelia, you got this.
Okay.
Does primal fear mean that they flee?
So, they have to spend a willpower to master their fear. Nope. They have to spend a willpower to
got
master their fear.
rerolls.
Otherwise, any action that they take in the presence of this creature suffers a 2 dice penalty.
Yeah, no.
Gross.
Okay.
So that's what it
real
does. It
gross.
doesn't cause them to run away. It just means that they have a 2 dice penalty to literally everything they do while in the presence of this thing. This many-mouthed tree thing that's snapping and making very weird, airy-like noises out of its mouth. Like,
Oh.
Ooh.
Cool. Let's rock and roll.
Great.
Alex,
which is probably
fire
like
already.
Fuck.
extra more terrifying because Joseph's heart was already beating faster than normal.
Yeah. I have a heart attack on the
Joseph,
spot.
just remember, this isn't the drugs.
Or is it?
Fuck.
Or is it?
I am sprinting as fast as I can.
It's not
I
the
guess in the
drugs.
direction of the facility.
You're gonna sprint as fast as you can in the direction of the facility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ophelia, what are you doing?
Oh, she's army, so well, she's military, so
Yeah, Marine, right?
Marine, yep.
Yep.
At
least Joseph is in character. He ran away as he would have.
Yep.
As he tried to do when Ophelia attacked.
It's safe to say we have evenly divided the cocktails among us, right? So Ophelia has some of that on her, surely.
Yeah. She's going to run back, but she's going to grab one of those cocktails and set it on fire and just.
Oh, so you're going to tactically retreat, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tactical regrouping. Yeah.
You know,
yes.
Who if this is a time to stop saving the planet, if there was a time for a forest fire, I guess this is it.
Fuck that. We're not playing Smokey the Bear.
All right, so you'll make a strength or a dex plus athletics roll, right, for throwing things. Isn't that right? Or is it strength?
Can I argue for strength? Not that, it only provides me one extra die, but because she's looking for
we wrote it somewhere.
Distance.
Combat primer.
Throwing was dex plus athletics.
Yeah, I thought it was dex plus
I
athletics.
mostly remember because
that's what you're really good at.
Because it makes me,
so it's dex plus athletics. You would get your desperation dice though because you're doing melee things or combat-y things.
Battle.
Combat-y things. That's what I'm good at.
You're the combat-y person, so I'll give you those desperation dice.
Yeah,
but you also suffer a -2 penalty because of your terrify.
It equals out.
Equals out, yeah. So the desperation dice, they still are in there. You can still mix them in, sort of like the way you'd mix in like hunger dice for vampire, essentially.
Yeah. So that's okay.
Would my improvised gear edge provide a 2 dice advantage to the roll?
What does your improvised gear do again?
Intelligence plus craft. By utilizing objects and materials in the near vicinity, the hunter is able to devise a number of useful, if short-lived, tools to aid them. And it says, this equipment can assist in the use of a single skill, providing a 2 dice advantage. Storyteller is the final arbiter regarding what can be used.
I think it's supposed to be sort of an immediate use thing, but we did say that you crafted those things really, really well. So, you know what? Let's do some high action stuff. Let's give you back those 2 dice. So your penalty from the terrify is sort of negated by the fact that Joseph made some really damn good Molotov cocktails.
Real quick, the rule for a Molotov is you need 4 hits. And it causes 2 levels of aggravated damage every turn until the thing takes time to clean itself.
Okay.
Supposing it's not, immune to it.
And wouldn't that be a nightmare? The forest is immune to fire and it's out to get you.
Yeah.
This is what a bad trip is like. The woods are out to get me and I can't burn them down.
I'm not rolling well tonight. 4 successes.
That's
cool. So it does 2 aggravated damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's 2.
Cool.
2
so it hits the. So I was just checking. That's what it is. 2 aggravated damage. Yeah. Yep. Cool. Yeah. All right. So it hits the tree, shatters. And as expected, the whole bit ignites, right? And there's just this flame. The creature emits a noise that if you weren't terrified of it before, you would have to try not to be terrified of it now. Because the sound is inhuman and super unnatural. You don't need to sense the unnatural to sense the unnatural at this moment.
Yeah.
The creature, with its lumbering limbs that move weirdly in the moonlight, begins to rush toward you. And it swings one of its non-flame-ridden trunks at you in this sort of huge arc. And we're going to go into some combat here and see if we can deal with this situation. Do you want to fight back against this tree, or do you want to try to dodge out of the way of this swipey trunk?
Right now, I'm going to. I'm going to right now kind of work as a distraction. I'll try to dodge out of the way.
Okay. All right, then. You will make a Dex plus athletics, right?
Yep.
Dex plus athletics, and I will make a brawl, strength plus brawl kind of thing. Oh, I mean, very good. Let's see. Let's see what I can do.
Alex, are you hearing this shit?
I heard you guys yelling over the comms.
Oh yeah. Oh, I guess you would have heard the thing coming through.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
All
a
right.
big dice pool, Scott.
There we go.
All right. So it swings this heavy trunk branch thing off of its whatever body it is, and it heads right for you. You're trained in duck diving and dodging, and so you duck dive and dodge as this thing whoosh, just whiffs overhead. It's not unlike the obstacle courses and things you've trained in before.
Oh yeah, no, but I don't think anybody's ever fully ready for a tree combat.
Damn.
Ooh.
Just let me know when I can.
Well, I'll go to everyone else that's not in this particular melee type thing now, because no one's doing ranged things. So we'll go to everyone else doing stuff.
Yeah.
The two of you. So Joseph is going to do a what thing, and then we'll go to Alex.
Yeah, I am sprinting to the facility, and I yell, "Ophelia, try and bring it in here!" And with my gas can, and if you allow me my tablet to have my drone following me, I would like to.
So the drone's coming out of the van and like.
Well, this is the thing. I guess because since Ophelia can throw a Molotov cocktail, she probably isn't carrying it.
Right.
So yeah, I'll leave my drone in the van because I don't need to save it from this tree. I only need to save one of my friends. But so I am just sprinting to the facility for now.
Okay. Sprint. All right, Alex, what are you doing? Oh, you didn't get a good look. I'll tell you some chemistry stuff later that you caught a glimpse of before all this went down.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm going to come out that door, knock it open so Joseph approaching can go in easily. And probably mention aside like records and admin building. This is a distraction. And then mechanical question.
Yo.
If I hit this thing with another Molotov, is it taking double damage?
Well, in theory, it might.
In theory.
Okay.
I mean, so when it hits, right, if you succeed, when it hits, it does 2 aggravated damage, right? The question is, does it add more additional per round damage, or probably just do the initial and then it still takes the aggravated damage each round? That's what I feel probably plays out, right? So you'll do an additional 2 if you succeed in your hit.
Well then, so much for stealth. I shoot it with the revolver. I'm gonna close, so I'm next to Ophelia.
All right, so you move into closer range. So you rush back across the lawn and you're pow 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 with your revolver. Go ahead and make that quick shot with your dex modified again plus firearms.
Do I have to roll against its fear?
Oh yes, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, you absolutely do. Seeing this weird, terrifying thing.
Too many mouths.
With too many mouths making noise.
Too many mouths.
Cool. Follow-up point.
Yeah.
I'm juiced, which gives me thwart the unnatural. So can I just auto that with a willpower point? I think that's what that does.
Hold on 1 second.
Drugs good again?
For this.
Drugs are great.
My drugs specifically.
Her particular sets of drugs. Thwart the unnatural. Composure plus occult or science, depending on the endowment. All the object of focus, immune to supernatural ability of otherwise resistance test. Yeah, actually. Both cases must spend a willpower to receive the benefits. Supplies only affects the trigger. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna let you use a willpower to just ignore the
yeah.
terrify, and I won't have to make a roll of my dice pool to see how terrified you become.
Boom.
Nice.
Just like pops out the door. Yep, that's scary.
Yep, that is terrifying.
Steps up next to Ophelia.
Fires a revolver.
Come on, beautiful. Talking to the dice roller. Four hits.
Nice. Okay. So it's kind of disappointing to tell you, but your shot goes off. It hits the target right where you want to, but it seems to just kind of flatten against the bark of the tree, of this many-mouthed tree. And you, despite not being able to see the bullet hit, you hear it clatter to the rocks at the feet of the thing, at the ground.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bulletproof.
Fire!
Okay. So back to Ophelia and the tree thing.
Mhm.
It's going to swing at you again with one of its trunks as it makes its terrifying noise. What do you want to do?
I've got an axe.
You do.
I'm gonna fight back.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah.
Then let's.
Abe
I'm gonna be the
Vampire Slayer.
lumberjack that I was meant to be.
If anyone has seen that movie, Abe Lincoln wants to chop a tree down in one swing of his axe.
I am a Blinken the Vampire Hunter.
Yeah.
All right. Strength and melee,
Strength and melee, yes, would be the correct combination.
and my desperation die as well.
Yes, you would get 2, but you also have a -2 for
Two
the penalty. Yep, for the terrify
But I get a +1 because
of your coke.
of my cocaine.
Yep.
Do drugs, kids.
Do drugs.
Okay.
You're the worst podcast.
Do drugs, don't do drugs. Do drugs, don't do drugs. Drugs are good, drugs are bad, drugs are good, drugs are
Just
bad.
pick a side.
Alright. 5.
Legal drugs, not legal drugs. All good, all bad.
Oh,
All crime all the
great.
time.
Crime, 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 crime.
Mm-hmm.
You're hunters after all. You have to do the illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, because oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, that is dang good.
Mm-hmm.
Not as good as me though.
Oh.
So the creature comes swinging through. And actually, Alex, you also will get hit. You can try to dodge. I'll give you the chance to try to dodge this
Yeah,
thing.
I'm definitely gonna try to dodge that thing.
Yeah. So Dex plus Athletics to try to dodge this thing.
Oof. Rerolling my failures.
Ooh,
5.
5? Okay. Well, still. So Ophelia will take 4 superficial, therefore turning into 2 damage.
Okay.
And then Alex will take 3 superficial, so 1.5. You round up or down? I always forget.
I think it's down.
Yeah, I'll round it down. That's fair.
Also, I have the shield perk, so I take half damage from supernatural.
Oh! Wait,
I have my flak jacket too.
right. So both of you just absorb these hits.
Yep.
All right,
Cool.
but you get knocked. So I'm like, while you don't take damage from them, you're still going to get shoved. If that's fair, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So neither of you take damage because of your supernatural / flak jacketness and get knocked aside, which is better than, being pummeled. But you get knocked back to the building. Meanwhile,
Okay.
this thing is still on fire. Still screaming.
Mm-hmm. So it should be up to 4 ag now, right? That's good. That's good news.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put another.
Mhm.
Let's put a few more on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Back
Cool.
to the top.
It goes to Well, Joseph, actually. Joseph, what are you doing?
Yeah, so inside the facility, taking this gas can, covering the crates of milk in gas.
Okay. Throwing all the crates of milk around.
Yeah,
Gas on all the crates of milk. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a turn, unless you want to give me
Yep,
more.
no, that's turn. Yeah, that's your turn. You're just throwing gas on all this crap in here.
Mm-hmm.
If it turns out the milk is like the super secret cure, we're gonna be real annoyed with ourselves.
Yeah, it's the cure to cancer, and these werewolves just love cancer.
Oops.
Cancer-loving werewolves. Yeah, that's a thing. Welcome to Draining the Swamp, everyone. Scott created werewolves loving cancer. Cancer-loving werewolves.
Hey, will you donate to our charity to support cancer?
I'm sorry. Continue your turn.
He's pouring gas on everything. So cutting back to the two ladies.
Let's do it.
So you just both got knocked aside. You got thrown against the building. The creature moves in to slam you again. What are you both going to do as it goes to swing its heavy trunk at the both of you?
I'd like to avoid and hit it with a Molotov.
Okay. So fight back situation?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also gonna fight back.
Yep, with the axe?
Yep.
Okay.
Please
Seems
don't
fair.
die. I'm not a surgeon.
All right, well then let me do this, and you guys can tell me how this plays out with what you're doing. Only 4 successes for me, so both of you get more than that to do some damage to this thing.
5.
Ooh, nice.
And I kind of think I know what Alex would do.
6 critical.
Nice. All right, so this time around, both of you do some stuff. But, Ophelia, you attack it with the axe. Your axe comes swinging down, perfect arc, right toward one of its mouths or something. You're going to hit it, but you just the head of the axe, the blade of the axe, hits the wood, and just you feel like the whole thing just vibrates in your hand as it bounces away. That weird feeling when your bones shake a little bit like they're jelly, you know, when something vibrates really heavily.
Like using a metal baseball bat.
Yeah, exactly like that feeling. The metal baseball bat in your arms feeling as it throws your hand back. Not in like a painful toss back, but just that it resists entirely your attack.
Okay, so melee weapons just don't work on this thing.
But Alex threw a Molotov cocktail at it, dodging out of the way of its, arm, and probably kind of more smashing it than throwing it onto this thing.
Jumped over its attack, spiked it right into his face.
Yeah, exactly.
Real video game boss type of combat.
Yeah. So smashing the Molotov cocktail on it, it takes more damage and lights on fire. Just there's this like gush of flame. It screams again. And this being the third round of combat, we're going to know that what ends up happening is this flame sort of kicks up and the whole thing just keeps burning. It backs up, flailing all of its trunks, making this terrifying noise. It screams into the night.
I whip out my camera and record.
All right.
On my phone.
Recording what appears to be a tree burning with some screaming sounds. While Joseph, burnt dog hair smell in the night.
Burnt.
Joseph's inside the facility pouring gasoline on all the milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I feel I've sufficiently made flammable the facility, I go to that computer and start seeing what I can get into.
Okay. As this thing is screaming outside, you can hear. You go ahead and do a clickety-clack, clickety-clack, and you're actually really good now with computers, aren't you?
Yeah, I have global access, which means I can, on the internet find stuff out.
Sure.
But that might apply to, it's hacking skills, right? So,
yeah.
Probably smaller things, yeah.
Yeah. So, global access, you will make a intelligence plus technology roll for me if you could.
And I am, of course, quite good at those. Now, can I choose? Whoops! that I meant to. I probably should have my desperation dice.
It should have
right?
your desperation dice on it for sure.
Yeah. I hit enter when I meant to hit tab.
You also,
So I'll
you don't remember. Just to be clear, you also don't have a 2 dice penalty because of you're not in the presence of the thing anymore.
Yep. I'm just gonna roll 2 dice and we're gonna call them desperation dice.
Sure,
And
that's
figure it
fine.
out through there. It's already okay. So that's 7 successes.
Yeah, absolutely. So you crack this computer, and you get sort of all it has is sort of like manifests of like shipments.
Mhm.
Weirdly, there's 2 things you discover when you do this. First, there's only one destination for all of this stuff, and that is some address in Berwick. Care of Dr. Aurora Davide, right? That's what it says. So this address and then a care of some doctor.
And it's like too much for
It's
one
like a lot. It's like,
small
but it's
town
like
doctor.
everything. There's like, it doesn't seem like
Yeah,
there's no other shipments going anywhere else. It's all going to one place, and that's in
So
Berwick.
that's either some mad scientist or a secondary distributor who's handing it out to the junkies.
The second thing that you notice when you crack all this information is that there are no shipment tracking numbers, no vehicle numbers, no truck numbers, no trailer numbers. So whomever is transporting it is either not a truck, not a transport, or definitely not official. They just take the stuff. There's pickup dates, pickup times. That's it. And tonight is a pickup date. And 2 a.m. is a pickup time.
What time is it?
It is now currently 1:59 a.m.
Fuck. Okay. Ophelia, Alex, look for my drone.
So Ophelia and Alex are having trouble hearing you over the headset because of the screaming of the thing outside and the fire raging in the tree in front of them.
I don't have a lot of time to think about it. I'm lighting them all top cocktail and I'm sending it all to hell.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll anything because you're just gonna kind of like smash, run, right? Like,
right. Yeah,
doesn't
it's
matter
like
if
a
it
area
lands
that
as
I
long as
just
it
have
lands
to hit a
generally
barn
near
door.
one of your really high gassed areas. That's all you care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then book it out of this building.
Yeah. Cool. So you smash your bottle on the ground as you're rushing back toward the door. Flames begin to grow inside this warehouse, clearly catching the gasoline, your accelerant, and like moving through the facility as you bust open the door to get back outside. And outside you see a towering inferno that was a tree as it sort of barrels backwards, clearly moving, screaming, limbs sort of flailing. Just as it falls to the ground, just all cinders and all just burned wood. But it stops moving, it stops screaming.
I then, if I don't see any other adversaries around me right now, I'm going to sprint in the direction I sent my drone.
Yeah, the Alex and Ophelia are right there as you step out the door because they got thrown back against the warehouse.
Like in the I got okay, there's a pickup time for 30 seconds from now for that. He pointed to flames.
You all three, without making any wits plus awareness roll, hear the rumbling of motorcycles nearby.
So we're getting the fuck out of here, right? Like,
I'm gonna roll. Okay, I'm gonna roll 1d10 to see if Joseph goes for the drone. If it is a failure, he goes for it. Yeah, go get in the van. I'm gonna try and find my drone before we book it out.
Alex is
are
muted.
you an idiot?
Everett, you're muted. This whole time you were saying stuff and we
Cool.
couldn't hear you.
The admin building, is that closer or further away from the motorcycle sounds?
Further away than from the motorcycle sounds.
We withdraw into the admin building. We let them investigate the fire we're about to start, and then we head out. The
Fire started.
Oh, fire started. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Let's go.
Uh,
If you guys
gotta
want to
stay
take your
safe.
chance in the open,
I guess that's a factor. Am I going through motorcycles to get to where my drone was taken down?
You go through the forest, so the motorcycles probably aren't rolling through the forest/garden of this
Okay.
place, but you did just light a tree on fire, and it flailed around, probably bumped into a
Yeah.
bunch of other trees.
I'm not gonna burn. I wouldn't burn to death for my drone.
No.
As much as I want it. So yeah, I'll retreat into the admin building with
Mhm.
my allies.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Cool.
Smart move. Using the building as cover, trying to keep yourselves away from the parking lot as much as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
In the
Also-
stretch that you have to run across the parking lot because there's an air gap, as we discussed a couple of times before.
Mhm.
In that gap between the two buildings, you turn and look toward. You can't instinctually just end up looking in the direction of the motorcycles because you would. You end up looking in the direction of the sound, and you see that the gate opens for the motorcycles, and there are about 7 of the Nightjar Riders rolling in on motorcycles with a black van following behind them. A van that you've never seen before. It wasn't outside the bar. But some of these bikes are. And you recognize, Alex, most of these people as people you saw at the bar. And one particular guy in front, a dark-skinned gentleman, sort of slim but strong.
On like a Kawasaki or something.
On like a Kawasaki. Yeah.
Okay. I'll point him out. You two.
Mm.
That's the boss.
Mm.
If we go toe to toe with these guys, maybe we take him.
Mm.
Or maybe we kill him first. Depends on how things go. In the meantime, there's got to be an admin office somewhere around here that can tell us about corporate structure, relationships, staff list.
One of you, I'm not going to let all 3 of you do it. So one of you choose who's going to make a wits plus awareness roll as you run into the building. Alex
Who's
is
got better
volunteering.
than 4? Anybody got better than 4? Okay.
Alex has had better luck with that than me tonight. So
Uh,
It also
your
makes
call.
sense.
Are
Alex
we
is
still
the one.
infiltrating?
This is something else. Just roll your dice and tell me what you get.
Okay.
You really just need more than one.
whew.
Got to.
Yeah, cool. As you rush into the admin building, you do manage to avoid the camera that is pointed kind of toward the door in a way, like it's toward the entrance. You're able to bypass that well enough that you probably got seen in the last leg of it, but it would be like the shoe right passing through the corner of the image.
Cool.
So first off, people have to know something happened. Yeah, you get where I'm going. Like a lot of work and to get no information.
I mean, they're gonna know something happened.
Something happened. Yeah, you already know. You lit a building on fire, right? Like you already know
Yeah.
they're gonna know something happened. And you killed a thing, whatever the hell that thing was,
Yeah, that's fucked.
in the garden.
Probably gonna
there.
burn away any of the useful information we might have gotten. But look.
But you see as you go into the admin building what appears to be a very nice limousine parked out in front of the building.
Ooh.
I want to break into it.
I'll tell you right now, I don't like vampires. And that, plus the name of this place, as we established before, that says vampire to me. Fucking vampires.
Yeah. Fucking vampire. This is my second day on the job, dude.
And you spent
Short
most of
version.
it purchasing a van.
I spent half of it purchasing a van, which we are currently not at, and the other half burning down a tree that was screaming, and I was. They don't
Dude.
teach you about this shit in the army, dude.
Hey, dude, I mean, team exhumation. Come on.
But as you get
Pretty
past the
badass.
main door of the building, the door opens up, the slider opens up, but you get stuck in the vestibule. As the second slider doesn't open up, it has a card reader there next to it.
Same trick.
Yeah. You do your craftiness, bloopity bloop. You doing your thing. So this is for dramatic tension. So you two are waiting for Joseph to get that fucking glass door open. Keeping an eye on the writers. They seem to just get off their van, their motorcycles, like, somebody gets out of the van, slides the side door open. It looks like they're about to start loading stuff when one goes through the door that was unlocked. And that's when, like, flame comes out, like a gust of flame. The guy who opened the door just sort of falls backwards, on the ground to keep away from the flame. This thing, they all kind of back up, and then there's a lot of shouting. People, like, trying to figure out what to do. One of them sort of throws his jacket up over his face and kind of tries to go in a little bit, see what's going on, but he kind of just gets stuck in the doorway as he's fighting it. And about that time is when Joseph gets that door open. They're looking around all over the place. Somebody sees the tree. They start pointing at the tree that's on the ground, like, smoldering. And that's when the door to the inner admin building opens up.
All right. We're in like an atrium or something.
Yeah, you're inside like the reception area, which would be like a sort of weird lobby. It's got like one of those panels on the wall that has like the office names, like names of certain people in the offices and numbers, like filing over here, billing over there, kind of thing.
Okay. And Ophelia's still got a pretty big gun on hand, right?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna say Ophelia, maybe take high ground, and if those guys come in, you've got a good position on them. I'm gonna find the security office, and then we find like the CEO or whoever's the boss around here. Find his office.
I found some weird doctor's name out in Berwick that all of those crates are supposed to be going to.
Cool.
That's also a lead.
Excellent.
There's a bunch of names of like offices, but no names of people. Like it doesn't say like, so and so's office or whatever. Just like billing, like
Said it was the Aurora Clinic or Aurora Davis.
The name of the doctor was Dr. Aurora Davide. That was the name of it.
Davide.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
David with an E.
Cool.
Davide. Yeah.
All right.
I'll go find high ground.
Cool. There's an elevator right on the other side of the reception sort of area that goes up. There's like 4 floors in this structure. Not very tall because nothing in this town is very tall. 4 floors, you're pushing it. Yeah.
Perfect.
So you go into that. It's simple. Press the button. It goes up. Right? No problem. No problem at all. Just like there's no music playing. It's just quiet. There's lights. The lights in the elevator are the thing that gets you. Like it's all dim everywhere, but these lights are like bright. So it's a sort of surreal feeling when you're in this bright elevator and your eyes are all adjusted to like darkness and flame.
Not even Girl from Ipanema?
Not even Girl. No, it's all turned off. Like everything's off. Just gets to the floor and it like ding, right, and like opens up. You don't even get like the cool like 4th floor or any other like elevator thing like that.
That was very good.
Yeah.
The way you did that was very good.
I may or may not work with elevators all the time.
Right on.
Yeah. But the door opens up and you're on the 4th floor. It's just a bunch of offices in either direction. Easy enough to kick open a door because they all seem to be like locked. But easy enough to like kick one open or pry one open or lockpick one open to get into an office that looks out over the parking lot and the other building. Right, that's what you're aiming for. Yeah, easy enough. And when you enter, it's just an office. There's like a desk and some papers, some filing cabinets. Just seems like a normal everyday office, but you have enough to sort of prop yourself or your weapon on to keep it like a comfortable look at what's going on without having to like crouch too low or stand too close or anything like that,
Yeah, and I'm just going to be looking through the scope of my rifle.
Yeah.
And just watching over what's going on.
Slightly back from the window so that you don't get a scope flare that alerts them that you're looking out at them kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. The way that snipers do it, as the Marines taught you. Meanwhile, Joseph and Alex, you're doing things.
Yeah. There's no names on any offices or anything.
Just departments, essentially.
I guess we go to the top floor and look at the corner offices, right? Something.
I was also looking for signs that say security.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were going to the security area.
Smart.
That's right. So Alex, are you guys splitting up, or are you gonna go to the same place? Joseph, question.
I'll go with Alex because the security office seems a smarter way of doing what I'm trying to do.
Okay. You find the security office on the third floor, some random room. It's like 310 or whatever. You're like, I don't know what that means, but we'll find it. Going to the third floor. Bing! Door opens. You're on the third floor. Lights are dim there. Fortunately, Joseph has a headlamp. Easily enough to see. And then you walk down the hall slightly, and you see, the doors are numbered a certain way, so you're like, oh, okay, this is easy enough. Find 310. Door is locked, as you'd expect from a security door. It also has one of those key fob readers in front of it.
Joseph?
You got it.
I'm going to position myself opposite the door, weapon drawn. I don't know if what's behind this door is human, but I'm going to have to take care of it.
Cool.
So we'll see what he does.
Yep. So he works on his magic on the door, doing some things, pulling some wires, getting everything together. Ophelia, I'll come back to you two in a second. Ophelia, the two at the warehouse, or the people at the warehouse, they're just kind of like standing back. They're not firefighters. They're not going to try to fight this thing. But some of them do walk over, and they're looking at the tree. They're like weirded out by it, but they don't seem to be afraid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like they can see the many mouths, and they're just kind of like, but they're not like, oh my God, right? Like as if seeing things this weird is kind of average for them, but still kind of repugnant, right? Like, well, this is gross. But the one that seems to be in charge, he walks over to it. He stares at it. He doesn't seem fazed by it in any way. And then he pulls out a phone. Alex and Joseph, just as you open the door to the security office, a phone starts to ring on the other side.
Okay.
I will talk into the mic or into our phone and say, Big Boss is calling somebody.
I throw up my hand. I'm like, don't open the door.
There's like this ringing, like doodaloo-doo, 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 doo. Doodaloo-doo. It's like the typical like standard like ringtone. It's not anything special.
Nobody's picking it up.
Not anything cool. After a moment, there's somebody moves it, and then there's like a change. It stops, but then you hear a female voice say, "Yes." And then you hear this sort of frantic voice. They killed it, and it looks like they're burning your entire warehouse. And she says, I know. They're also right outside the door, and they think that I don't know that they're here. And he's like, "What? They're in the building?" She says, "Yes, they're in the building." And then there's this long sort of pause, and he goes, "Well, do you want me to do something about that?" And she says, "No, I think that they just want to talk." And then there's like a boop, and she says, "Why don't you two just come in?"
Well, now I feel like it's a trap.
Will you open the door for us?
Boss's office, go. No, cancel that. Yeah, I'll just open the door. You got the lock, right?
Frozen.
Yeah.
Cameron's super frozen. That's fine. Your face is perfectly placed, Cameron. It's great. All right.
Yeah, I shouldn't have unstable internet. I have an Ethernet connection, but whatever.
It's all good. It's all good, my friend. Oh, there you go. You're back again. Yeah, there you are.
Right.
But your face was like perfectly framed, so it was all good.
Yeah.
You looked fine. But so you so what was the answer? I'm sorry, I missed that.
I opened the door.
All right, you open the door. There's a beautiful blonde lady, very thin, elegant, standing on the other side of the door. She's sitting in a chair. She's wearing a nice dress. And I'm going to try to grab the picture for you all so you can see what I'm talking about.
Nice knowing you, Alex. Meet you again in hell.
Okay, and then I'll drop this over here into our treant, because why the hell not? And there you go. So she's this beautiful, young-looking blonde girl. She's a little bit older than Alex for sure, or like appears to be. A little bit younger than Joseph for sure.
Okay.
Hi, miss.
She's just sitting in this chair, like I said, wearing a nice dress, and she says, "Hello."
Is there monitors in front of her or anything?
Yep. Oh, there's monitors. There's cameras.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She can
Yeah,
see
well-
a lot of what's going on. Not any of the places that you've been, weirdly enough, but right inside the lobby of the building, the admin building. Very obvious on the camera.
That'll do it.
Damn it. Okay. Okay.
It's okay. Sometimes you bounce. Sometimes you find some more trouble. All right. So tell us what's going on here.
Well, I believe that you trespassed on our property, burned down one of our trees, and set fire to our manufacturing and warehouse facility, I believe.
Yeah. What's the deal with milk?
All accurate. Yeah.
What's the deal with milk?
Yeah, and the
So-
fungus and the mouths.
And
The
those
biker
guys tearing them
gangs.
apart.
Very interesting set of questions. The question I have to ask you is, why should I tell you?
I
Well-
looked down at my revolver.
We've done arson before.
You have? You have. In my warehouse, yeah. You've lit it on fire.
I
And you weren't
appreciate
in that
you're
building, but you're
I
in this
appreciate
one.
that you're like a posh sort, right?
I am a posh sort. Yeah, you could say that.
And I'm
I'm
gonna go
sorry.
on a limb
I
and
didn't
say you've got
introduce
moves.
myself. My name is Patty Lancaster.
Patty Lancaster.
Please come and have a seat. She motions to like the other like desk chairs in the room, like nothing regal or awesome. This is clearly a security room.
Yeah. I'll stand.
I sit. I mean, what? What am I gonna do?
So I just was here doing some last minute work, and started hearing some screaming from outside, which I believe was whatever the hell that abomination is that Dr. Aurora made, and came in here to find out what was going on, only to see you three enter the lobby of my building.
Well,
Good timing, I guess.
we met your head boy out there.
Oh, Jeremiah.
So, yeah, we're acquainted.
I see.
I think he had like a lack of faith in me. I hope I'm changing his mind.
He
We'll find
thought
out, I
that
guess.
you wouldn't be able to withstand whatever is going on here.
Basically, yeah.
Guess he's smarter than I ever gave him credit for. I'll have to note that in my book. Thanks. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah.
Your book of creatures.
My book of information on people. You still haven't told me why I should tell you anything besides threatening me.
Okay, are you one of them out there, or are you,
One of them.
Normal.
No, I am not a biker. I do not run with the wolves, as they say.
okay, are you a human being?
Define human being.
Just a human being.
Again, you're going to have to be more clear because there's
don't-
many things out there. So that's really what you should be telling me. Why should I not bring the might of Berens and Lancaster down on whomever you are? Shouldn't take me very long to find out. You're obviously new to the area. None of you sound like you're from this hick town.
Neither do you.
Well, I've taken a lot of work to get rid of the sound of the family tradition, as it were.
Ugh.
I mean,
That's a gross way of saying that. I'm sorry. That's Cameron. My bad. Not you, Scott. It's Cameron. Yeah.
honestly, good thinking. I probably should have done that too. Adopted an accent. Shit. Here's the thing. Other than people getting torn apart by those dudes out there,
Mm-hmm.
we're just like that's what got us interested. We're trying to couple of people die.
Mm-hmm.
We heard about it and we're like, let's make sure that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Death connected to milk connected to here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty quick logical 1 to 2 to that shit's bad for the humans, which
Sure,
bothers
it's
some of
bad
us.
if it enters the bloodstream somehow through various means or whatever. I guess ingestion, from what I understand, is very bad. Other
I
ways
look
that
over at Joseph and just give a
it enters the body, very bad. Injecting it
Mhm.
has not worked out on any of the subjects. You're right. That is definitely
Mhm.
not a way that it should
And
be.
you said Dr. Aurora
Mhm.
made that tree, and she's where this is maybe going. Is that tree the result
I
of...
assumed you knew more than you did, but I guess you don't. I guess you and whomever your military friend was don't really know what's going on at all, do you?
Yeah, no, like you said, we're new to town.
You're hunters, aren't you? The whole blundering about, not really sure what's going on and lighting things on fire, that tracks.
Yeah, fire seems to work usually.
Hmm.
So, fire.
Mm.
Well, here's what we'll do then. You leave this town and everything going on here alone, and just go on about your lives, hunting whatever creepy things walk around in the dark. And I won't tell my brothers you were here.
Okay. It's a good offer, honestly.
She
But
takes in a
then-
deep breath and yawns. It's getting pretty late, so I'm going to need you to tell me what you decide relatively quickly, because I need to go to bed.
Well, I don't know. You want to play a little 20 questions?
Is this a weird game where you ask me a question, I ask you a question? Or are you just saying, I keep a secret,
wanna
you ask a bunch of 20
questions.
questions, and I just tell you if you're hot or cold?
You know, I want answers.
The former.
I'm sure you do. All you hunters
Mhm.
always do.
Because
Yeah.
well, clearly you know that something's up with it if you're sending it to someone making that shit. You're cool with whatever the bikers are, which we're too stupid to figure out. Sue us. We came into town because of one body.
You don't know what the bikers are? I thought you said that they're my wear things.
Are they?
Joseph, I've been saying it for
Hey, that's not. We haven't seen them doing the changing
Wow. You just
instincts.
blundering along, guessing
they
your
don't
way
all
through.
have a lot of faith in my intuition.
Well, you know
I
what?
say.
They should, because you are a beautiful lady and you are apparently intelligent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well-
You know, I have need for girls like you in my employ.
In what context?
In that I need people who can talk to people and be smarter than them.
Are we talking like professional or professional?
Oh, no.
I don't
No,
really take my
sister,
clothes off for money.
please. None of that. None of that business. No.
Okay.
Anything you do, you would do it because you wanted to. That's what I'm offering you.
I mean,
You have to let this all go, though, right? You already have to walk away from this. I don't like you so much, guy. You seem to be kind of misogynistic, and I'm not down with that.
I disagree with you. It's not the time. I'm not gonna. Alex, is she right?
about what? Are you misogynistic?
Yeah. I'll have to work
think
on that
so.
about my. Okay,
We'll
you didn't seem
find-
confident in that answer. We'll talk about later.
Okay.
There's
So
too much. What? I don't understand the angle. You test on junkies, and then your guys go and
Test
rip the
on
junkies to
junkies?
pieces. I don't know. They were poor. Seemed like the guys I spoke to.
contract workers.
You know what poor people do when they need money? Or want something like cocaine?
Right. So, clinical tests, and then
No. Mm-mm.
no.
No. You are so far off.
Come on, Joseph. Okay.
I told you that if you explained to me why, or you just walked away, that I wouldn't tell my brothers you were here. You should have listened to that. If you cross the family, they don't easily forgive.
And you'll let us walk off this property right now.
I will let you walk off this property. I'll even call Jeremiah and tell his people to just back off like good little dogs. And you can walk away. But you have to leave town, because if I find out you're still in town, I mean, I've got your faces on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting here, do I see like what appears to be where any of the security footage would be stored?
Maybe. Depends on if it's cloud stored or not.
That's a
Very
that's a good
easily could it
question.
be both, stored physically
Sure.
and in the cloud.
I mean, there
Alright.
is such a thing.
Honestly, if you're not, trying to slaughter a bunch of people via, weird science and werewolves, I could see it. I got to consult with the rest of the crew, but I could see us putting your town in our rearview mirror. I am fully lying, so I'm going to roll for that.
Roll for a deception.
Come on, baby. Can I add my attractiveness?
Yeah, sure. That is
Respect.
thing.
Can I add my specialization,
Specialization?
my underground creed?
Not so much that. If you had a specialization like lying, then maybe.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Still got 2 willpower left. So let's re-roll that for 7 successes.
Jeez.
Oh,
Dag.
Come at me.
Dag. All right, hold on. I mean, that's 7. That's pretty hardcore. Let me see if she buys it though.
At this point, I've adopted a posture where I'm half turned to her
She
and
absolutely-
half turned to Joseph.
Absolutely buys it.
Yeah, I'm taking a posture between the two of them. I'm looking at her and then looking at him, being yeah, I've turned into a neutral party now. So we'll need to talk about it. It won't be right away. But we could stay out of your hair. We could make that a thing.
So, what should I give you? 24 hours? 36? Get your house in order and get the hell out?
How about 24 and your contact information?
doesn't seem a good time to ask for the woman for her number, but
Joseph, I have 2 lovers and you have 0.
You have 2 lovers. Well, now, I
Well,
am
9, but
very interested to hear about this, so I will give you my number, because even if this doesn't work out the way that I would like it to, I'd still like to hear about that. That sounds very interesting.
I could see us getting to know each other better. But for now, I'm going to go taunt your dog a little bit and then get off your lawn.
She hands you a business card that says Patricia Lancaster, VP Sales, Berens and Lancaster Industries.
Right on. Joseph, let's go.
I trust you. We begin to leave.
Also, is there any chance Joseph knew she was lying? Mechanically?
Oh, I mean, possibly. I mean, you did 7 successes, though. So I think that Joseph probably is like, what the? Stabbed in the back.
Fight about it until we're away from the monster because I don't want to present a divided front to the enemies.
Good call.
Clever.
And then I'll walk out into the atrium and be like, G.I. Jane, get down here. We're leaving.
Now, she didn't say anything about not torching the building on our way out. Is that pushing it?
Oh my god.
That's definitely pushing it.
Mm.
We've struck a truce with our enemies who currently thoroughly outnumber us.
Okay, we need to have a talk. Just to the van for now.
Hey, yeah. Van.
And we walk out of the door.
Makes my way downstairs.
Are we met with tooth and claw as soon as the door's open?
As the doors open, you can see the biker gang very obviously right out in front of the admin building. But as the doors start opening, you hear the sound of like some kind of metal music playing, but playing out of like a very small speaker. And you see the dark-skinned gentleman that was pointed out to you before answer his phone. He's talking into it, and he just says, "Really? They're right here, for fuck's sake."
Jamie, John, George.
Jedediah.
He's just sitting there. He just looks away, and he's like, "You know what? Listen, if we didn't have a fucking deal, these assholes would be dead right now."
That's what you get for working with the pigs.
Yeah. And he hangs up.
Joseph.
What the fuck did you just say to me? Listen,
Yeah,
you're
so
like,
for working with
I
cops.
am.
Joseph. I'm an X. I'm
X.
okay.
X is the important part.
Okay.
She said to let you off the property.
Right.
Didn't say that we had to let you out of the neighborhood, so you better fucking run.
Mm.
You know, fair, respectful. Sorry about your tree. Let's go.
There's something about him that seems different, as if there's some, like he's a little bit stronger and bulkier than before, like he's bristling, like all the hairs on the back of his neck are standing up.
We're
I
fucked.
see you go to the gym.
Go.
Yeah, we're going.
Cool.
Molotov in one hand, lighter in the other, in case they come for us after when we get off the property.
There's a very tense sort of movement as you move toward the edge of the property, as they kind of don't chase you per se, but like obviously move in ways to make sure that there's always one of them keeping an eye on you. Waiting for you to at any moment not leave the property and give them all chances to come at you.
Time for some evasive driving back home, right?
Yeah. So Jedediah, is this what you expected?
You're gonna fucking die.
Oh my god, can we please?
Yeah. All right, let's go.
And he between clenched teeth, he says, "Get moving." And as he does that, it's a deeper growl than you would expect coming from deep in his chest. Something almost animalistic in his voice.
Cool. We get in the van. I turn to Joseph and I was like, I figured out what they are.
Yeah. Hey, good job. Werewolves. Yeah. Hey, what the fuck was that? We're not leaving. When we're in the van driving away, I'm not revealing our plan.
Yeah.
So as you go to drive, as soon as you start the van, all like the guys rush to their motorcycles and start kicking them on.
You're a cop in military. You can probably drive it more offensively than we can. Go.
I drive a Subaru Outback, dude. I don't know what you mean by invasive driving, but you know what?
Let's
If I
let's try
crash
to
the
lose
car,
these
I crash.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to put away my revolver and grab one of those rifles you made and just sit by the back door looking out the window.
Oh yeah, no, Joseph, you drive.
All right.
All right, Joseph,
Well-
make for me one drive roll to determine how well you do or do not evade and try to get back to your house.
In addition to the drive school, what is that a dex composure? I don't
That-
suppose it's an intelligence check.
It seems like it could be dex or composure, right? Like, I guess it would be either one of
Wits
those.
for like evasion.
That's a good point. You're making a fair argument for wits.
Keeping my eyes about me, looking around for people.
Yeah, that's fair. Composure to keep your cool while you're trying to maneuver this van through all this like town stuff. Fortunately, it's the middle of the night, so there's not like a bunch of cars on the road, which is good. Now it does pass a freeway, and we all know that even in the middle of the night, there's cars on the freeway, but not very many of them.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a thing. So you should be fine there, because that's usually when people drive super fast and like street race anyway. I'll give you wits and drive.
Cool. So that takes us from a 0 dice pool to a 3 dice pool.
Oh, there you go.
This is definitely not a Creed field.
No.
Hey, almost as good as
Hey.
a jumpin'.
All right.
3 successes.
Nice. Very good. Very, very good. So you this was to find out how well you do. You do a good enough job that they're chasing you very clearly, but you're making turns here and there. You end up back on like Berkshire Avenue, which is the freeway, but not the freeway at the same time. Race across the bridge. They're chasing. A couple of them end up sort of missing the turn, sliding off. They get to the bridge. You cross over the bridge, over the river. Some of them, like one of them, goes all the way across. It's not Jeremiah. But as soon as you get across, he realizes he's alone. And so he's looking at the van. He can see Alex and Ophelia with the rifles like up and ready, sort of aiming toward him. And he decides to just stop at the end of the bridge and just turn to the side and like stop his vehicle, giving you the bird, as it were.
Out the window. I was about to say I do the same shit.
Yeah. As you ride off, having successfully evaded them and getting into Berwick.
Okay.
Hey, we're not leaving town, right?
No. God.
Okay, correct.
But we do have a 24-hour reprieve.
That's a successful mission.
Oh, Ophelia. We met some kind of boss lady.
VP of sales.
Yeah. Clearly,
Last name Lancaster.
yeah, she's old family business kind of thing. And she figured out we were hunters and gave us 24 hours to get out of town, which I accepted, which is why we could just walk out of there. So we've got 24 hours to like poke other stuff, investigate leads that don't lead back to Milk and Lancaster directly. And then I don't know. We'll have to make another move.
Hey,
it's not the house, but I have a place that we can stay at.
Like a bolt hole safe house kind of thing?
Yeah,
Not a bad thought.
we could sell the property, go there for a little bit, hang low, do research, do whatever we gotta do.
I think acting normal is our move right now. Let's pretend we're serious about this get out of town option. And then sell that place. And go to yours.
Yeah, I mean, and then it's not big. I will let you know that it's fairly small. but it'll do. It gets
Mhm.
us. It gets us under the radar for a little bit. It gets them off of our backs. It gets their eyes off of us,
Mm-hmm.
and we can rebuild from there.
Yeah. 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 This is. I mean, we got leads. We destroyed hopefully all of the milk. A lot of it.
Certainly a
Right.
bunch.
We
I'm
killed
starting to
whatever the
come
fuck
down.
that tree was.
Starting to come down. Oh fuck, the tree.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the tree. What the fuck was that?
Hang on.
Was a tree with a lot of mouths.
Too many
Alex
mouths.
pulls out her
Too
journal,
many mouths.
quickly flips to an empty page. Monster entry. Screaming willow. Large willow tree, multiple mouths. Scream produced fear effect. Whipped with tendrils for low damage. Struck with trunks for high damage. Immune to bullets and blades. Weak to fire.
Weak to fire. Do you have any of it on your axe?
Would I have had any?
Negative. You did not
Yeah,
make any effect
nope.
hitting it with your axe.
That's a shame.
It's like the
Okay.
bark was made of steel.
Mm.
Yeah, I do remember feeling that like that jitter. You know, like when you like hit like a piece of metal with like a bat or something, and your arms feel a little bit tingly right afterwards.
Mhm.
That was what I felt when I tried to hit it, which kind of sucked.
Yeah, and my shot
Not gonna
fully
lie.
flattened against its. Like I heard a bullet fall off it when I shot it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she says the same person the milk is going to made that.
Okay.
More weird plant stuff. We need to. We have a few leads there that won't look like we're hunting if we pursue.
If we go to Aurora, she'll know.
Yeah, we if we're gonna watch her house, you know, we have to do it from far. Fuck my drone.
Oh yeah. Cost of doing business.
Yeah, oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm driving. We crash.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
It'll be fine.
Ophelia, last thing.
Mm-hmm.
I might have a date. Yeah. She gave me her number. The corpo lady. So maybe I can, I don't know,
Just,
get some information.
We have a name to look into now, though. So
just be careful if you go on a date with this woman.
I mean, you saw me. Careful's my middle name.
Sure.
All right.
All I'm
Let's
saying
go.
is we took out that tree together, so it
We
was
did.
pretty fucking cool.
Fucking, you fought a monster. Your first kill. Oh my god.
I helped kill a monster.
When-
Those are my Molotovs.
Well,
Oh, yep.
Oh,
nope,
yeah.
yep.
I made the weapons.
Effort.
All right.
Team effort.
team effort. Team effort.
Look, you need a support character.
Absolutely. Honestly, giant screaming willow thing. That's a good one. If we get out of this town, you can tell that story to other hunters.
I mean, it is a weird thing that obviously Mark was completely unfamiliar with, so...
Yeah.
It's spidery, right? I'm not the only one who gets that vibe. Spider tree. That's what I... Weird mouth shit. Willows are like spider legs, just too many of them.
Okay, I could see it.
Sure.
What do the two of you want for breakfast?
Cocaine.
Okay,
Nah. no
Hunter,
bacon.
comma S. Thompson, more bacon. Got it.
Solid.
And I'll look into moving some stuff around in my home and making it a bit more
Yeah, can I
Not
replace
fit
your
for one
living
person.
laboratory?
What?
Can I replace your living room with my laboratory?
Absolutely not, unless you feel like paying for all of the equipment in my. I don't even have a living room.
Oh no.
Uh,
How small is it?
I'm a bachelorette.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Back to the house then.
Yeah.
Where
Okay.
we need to. I mean, the smart thing to do is rest. We've got 24 hours and a lot of leads.
Mm-hmm. So the werewolves, it's not about keeping the milk out of nature at all.
No, they're on
It's
a
about
leash.
hiding evidence. I mean, that was one of our original theories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. Maybe they're escapees? I don't know.
I mean, at this point, we've got. She also said it wasn't dangerous if you didn't eat it.
Or inject it. But
it seems like that's what most
no,
people are
because
doing
she
with
wants
it.
us to think she's good. If it enters the bloodstream, is what part of what she said. It can get in through your skin.
More vampire talk. That's
Yeah.
why I was a little cautious.
You know, in that
she
movie,
did say she needs to get to bed, and it's like 2. I don't know. I guess that's not quite late enough for that to be true, I guess.
In what movie?
in that movie about the teenager vampire with the teenager wolf, they didn't get along. Is that like not the case?
No, they hate each other IRL. The fact that two of them would be working together is weird.
Jeremiah fucked up to owe that big of a favor.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Either that or Berens Lancaster runs this town so hard it's crossing the usual battle lines.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually kind of reflects what he said to me in our first meeting. He might have entertained the idea of working with me if I had had backing that could overcome his masters. But I didn't know to play that card, so.
I mean, if we didn't piss him off, maybe we could have recruited him for a double cross, but I think we burned that bridge.
I was this close to making a comment about his leash, but I really feel like he would have tried to kill me at that
Yeah,
point.
no, he would have broken the leash. Hey, Jason? Jason, you here?
You roll up to the house?
Yeah.
You roll up to the house, and it's 2 a.m, so Dr. Dreyfus is in bed because,
He was in the shower, and then everything was gone.
because he would have been in bed hours ago, and he's going to get up in about 2 hours, because he's old.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, like, and everyone else seems to be saying the lights are dim but not off, right? The place is sleepy, but it looks like the library has been reorganized, and like all of the weird piles of books have been restacked. Things are in a very logical order, where even you guys can see, like, instead of it being like F is for Frankenstein, Sesame Street organization, it's in like alphabetical order based on author name and things like that, right?
Oh,
or like the names,
my beating heart.
Yeah, the names of the books if there's no author there, because it's like the Infernum Decitatum or something, right? It's like written, it's placed, like some of those, like all the ones without authors are separated and they're set aside in alphabetical order, that kind of thing.
The Book of Infernal Decadence. I never got to finish that.
It's more of a book you have to experience in your lived life, right?
Yeah, things like that.
Okay.
And so that's what it's clear that that's what he's been up to throughout most of the evening, is reorganizing these books.
Hey, he's alive. He didn't get taken.
Oh, no, I mean Dr. Dreyfus. I have no idea about
Dreyfus.
where Jason's
Okay.
at. Yeah, no clue. Still missing
Wrong
sword.
he.
Still no note. Still
guess
no
he got
potential
eaten.
plot device that I haven't decided on yet for what happened to him
So, who's this Joseph guy?
or Jason.
I'm right here, Ophelia.
Oh, sorry, not Joseph.
Too many J names. Too
Come
many
on,
J
man.
names.
All of you have J names. It's really freaking confusing. Not Joseph. What's his name?
Jason.
Jason, whatever.
Yeah. His dad was into this. He kind of got roped in by Legacy. My current theory is that he went to find his old man because he disappeared. Had a magic sword. Real Boy Scout.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly,
Kind of gross, but okay.
given the shit that we've been up to in the last 24 hours, maybe it's better.
Yeah, he was
Thing.
maybe greener than you at this, it would seem. Speaking to Ophelia.
At least you've done dirt, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, like I said, adding fighting living tree to the resume is going to be an experience, but
Alex is gonna bring everybody a nice big drink. Just be like, well done, cheers. Let's settle down a little bit.
Hey,
holy shit.
Yeah. Well, one more thing, Alex. I was looking last night before I went to bed at just some more names, although I'll have to go back now that we talked to one of them for some important people here that we'll have to look into. I mean, except for moving. A few barons, Stanson barons, Caldwell barons. The rest aren't either the two names. Right? We got Donald Avery, Michael Ainsworth, Thomas Denton, and Antonio Marion, or some people connected to all of this. I don't know their details yet. I found it some old tax filings for the company.
So those are like important people who aren't.
Yeah, we should like keep on a list, see if we can find where. There's a couple barons, but yeah, maybe when we're moving stuff in our 24 hours, find stuff about them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Whew, that was quite the night.
Quite the fucking night. I can say with some honesty, never fought a thing like that before.
That was fucking scary. Yeah. Sorry for running. I got the milk down in time.
It's okay.
Yeah, no.
I expected you to run.
Yeah, you made the right call.
I wouldn't have been of any help fighting it. God.
Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
What was that name again? Antonio
Marion.
It was a typo on my part, actually.
Oh.
It's you guys. I'm gonna roll a deception check with like a 3-point disadvantage, and I think you guys should roll against it.
All right.
Just for
some shits and some giggles.
I guess a whiz plus insight.
Yeah.
Beat a 1.
You got it.
Joseph did.
Okay, and let's go.
Antonio Marius.
Cool. Yeah. Alex is like eyes defocus for a second.
Hey, you okay?
No.
What's up, Alex? What's wrong?
It's It's nothing. It's nothing.
It's
That's
not nothing.
not nothing.
I've met this guy before, Marius.
Good met, bad met.
We had an encounter. He's a vampire.
Oh shit.
He's a Ventru clan, I think they're called. The hoity-toity ones. The especially hoity-toity ones.
Wait,
They're like, yeah, different types of vampire. You know what?
I'll be. This is out of my league, Ophelia, so don't feel left out on that one.
Different kind of vampires have different kind of modes. It's a lot like high school.
got it.
And yeah, we've met. Some stuff happened.
Okay. You want to torch the bastard if it comes to it?
I do. Not sure it's mine to torch. This one might belong to my people.
Well, if he needs killing, we're a group of hunters.
And now everybody knows it.
Yep.
Yes. And if he tries anything with you, we've got you.
I got my serum now. He's not getting in my head.
Damn right.
Though that wasn't the problem, as it turned out. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
And so, with this, our hunters move toward bedtime. Emotionally distraught, physically distraught, coming down off of bumps of cocaine,
Coked out
other
and terrified.
drugs. Because drugs
on
are
my
good,
shirt.
bad, good, bad, good, okay? Okay.
Drugs are neutral.
Yeah, drugs are average.
I feel
Joseph, as you go to bed,
Oh.
along with everyone else, everyone goes to their respective places and
I
do whatever it
can't
is.
really sleep. Just some flavor.
Do whatever it is that you do before bed to deal with your emotional thing. Maybe you cry yourself to sleep. Maybe you just sit in the shower.
What's up, guys? Coming at you with another update.
Maybe you throw up a YouTube video. Alex did record the footage of the burning tree, so that is something. But you know, you guys didn't have time to talk about that. You just can talk about it right on your YouTube. Like, listen, I got something to drop on you guys. Apparently, trees can like move and shit. But before you go to bed, you get a phone call from your old friend whose name I seem to have forgotten, and I couldn't open the document for whatever reason to find out.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, Eliza.
That's her name, Eliza. So Eliza, you get a call. You see it's Eliza, and she says,
Hey.
Joe, you're still in town, right?
Yeah. Are you okay?
I mean, I guess, but some weird shit just went down at the bar, and it's like, okay, so like, you know, usually like I listen to you and I'm like, yeah, okay, like he's cool, he's a cute guy, it's a little bit weird, right? You know, and it's like fine, like it's like totes okay, right? But yeah, so we just had like some dude go like fucking ape shit outside of our place, knocked a bunch of like motorcycles together, like threw a car over or some. Anyway, everyone said he was like hairy and howling at the moon and shit, and I thought, what? That sounds like maybe cute Joseph dude, not lying through his fucking teeth. So
Yeah, Eliza, listen to me. Get the fuck out of town.
You're just like shaking.
Yeah, listen, I know you have obligations. Get the people you love in a car and fucking leave.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I go. I mean, I don't know where I'll go. I don't know. I guess I'll
help
hit up
you
my
figure
cousin
that
in
out.
Texas, maybe. I guess.
Yeah, get away. I can't tell you over the phone. It's bad. Here, uh, fuck. You just go. There's nothing else. I can't give you anything. Just yeah, go. It's bad. It's probably someone I pissed off. They
Somebody
should know.
What? Yeah, yeah. You know what?
You don't want to know about it.
Yeah, I don't think I do. I don't think I do, and I hate that I don't have anyone to cover the bar, and I hate that it's open all the fucking time, and I hate that shutting it down is going to lose me a shitload of money. But you know what?
I can come work a shift for you while you leave.
I mean, Joseph, like, what is this shit? No, you know what? Again, I don't actually want to know. I'm just gonna, I'll do what you said. I'm gonna visit my cousin in Texas.
Pretend you didn't see it. Yeah.
And,
hey, family reunion.
I'll watch a YouTube video in like a year or so when I'm over this shit. And I'm sure you'll conspiracy theory explain the shit out of it.
Yeah, look, it's better to forget. In fact, don't watch my videos. You don't want to think about this shit. It keeps you up at night.
I mean, yeah. Like, there's 2 wrecked cars and a couple of motorcycles outside my fucking bar right now.
Is it still going? Is he still there?
No, he left. He went down MLK or some shit, just freaking out, howling at the moon and some other fucking things. I don't know. Fucking crazy guy. He's just like outside and then just went apeshit.
What do you look like?
I don't know, but some of the people out here, they got video footage of it. Like, everyone that was involved is still here.
Yeah. Hey, I'm coming. I'll be there ASAP, and as soon as I get there, bounce.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we were about to close up anyway. It's like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Cool. Can you stall? I need that footage. I need to interview them.
All right. I'll tell them some celebrity TV guy wants to interview him about what the hell happened. Maybe that'll get him to stay and hang around for a while. You're probably going to have to slip him like $20 or something, but
I got 20.
If you bring like your cameras and whatever you got going on, they might believe that you're some celebrity and they might just hang out, you know. I mean, you're automatically more famous than anyone else in this town, so whatever.
Yeah.
All
right. Hey, stay safe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll just stay inside. Well, aside from talking to the assholes outside that not buying drinks.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah. I'm now like out of bed, putting on something. Keys.
And that's where we will end the session for today.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
I'm actually stressed.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's fucked up.
This whole thing, I didn't know. Oh man. We need to get better at reconnaissance.
Well, we were, right?
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this adventure. Thanks, players, for playing along in my little story. And I hope everyone has a nice, creepy evening as we end this 4th session. We'll see you all in 2 weeks, or, you know, whenever you watch this thing on YouTube or in podcast form at our next session of Draining the Swamp. Goodbye, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Hey, what the fuck, Scott?